Whoa.
Chat, was geht? Was geht, Chat? Was geht, Mann? Seid ihr gehypt? Geht es gleich los? Ich mache auf jeden Fall gleich Vollbild und dann gucken wir uns das geile Spektakel hier zusammen an. Ich hoffe, euch geht's allen gut, Chat. Mir geht's auf jeden Fall sehr gut. Dankeschön. Danke für den Support, alle, die gerade im Stream drin sind. Vielen, vielen Dank. Ich küsse euer Herz, Mann. Sobald ich großes Bild machen kann, mache ich es natürlich. Es geht gleich los, noch eine Minute, glaube ich. Noch eine Minute. Noch eine Minute, Bro. Ich muss kurz was gucken. Gato ist noch alles nicht gut. Wir gehen rein. Boah. Noch 30 Minuten? Ne. Noch 30 Minuten? Ist nicht deren Ernst jetzt, oder? Ist jetzt nicht deren Ernst, oder? Noch 30 Minuten? What the fuck? Ich muss mal kurz ein paar Sachen hier rausnehmen. Spotify Layout raus. Last Follower raus, Last Donation raus, Donation Alert, Logo Super Chat. Boah, Shepper. Warte mal. Raus, Chatbox raus. Ich dachte, das geht um 6:30 los. Chat, halbe Stunde müssen wir jetzt noch warten. Ich kann nichts machen, Bro. Follow Alert, Spotify, Gato. Ja, wir müssen uns gedulden. Ich habe mega Bock, also es soll auch Warzone 2 gleich gezeigt werden. Da habe ich auch richtig Bock drauf und natürlich auch MW2. Ich bin echt gespannt, wie das wird. Und Beta, offene Beta ist, glaube ich, heute um 0 Uhr. Also stand bei mir zumindest eben. Ich habe ja die Beta schon runtergeladen. Aber halt nur für Vorbesteller. Für die, die es nicht vorbestellt haben, erst Sonntag. Sonntag und Montag. Und Freitag und Samstag ist es für die Vorbesteller. Erstmal moin Ghost Racer, schön, dass du da bist. Moin Jordan, was geht, Mann? Moin Cello, wie geht's dir, Mann? Hoffe, dir geht's gut. Ventix, moin moin, let's go. Wir müssen uns noch einen kleinen Moment gedulden. Was geht, Karim? Danke dir für Like, Brudi. Chat, danke für den ganzen Support hier gerade. Vielen, vielen Dank. Küsst doch euer Herz, Mann. Habe ich jemanden vergessen, der noch im Stream drin ist? Ach genau, der, wie hieß er noch? Der liebe Kanalreiniger. Dankeschön auch für dein Follow, Buddy. Ich küsse auf dein Herz, Bro. Vielen Dank. Oh, jetzt 27 Minuten noch. Nein, doch nicht.
Just hop on and see the new map. Yeah, seriously.
It is going to be so exciting, obviously being able to get on the sticks, try it out, see how you feel about it. What are you expecting from this new Warzone? Because obviously, like you said, you've been grinding Warzone for a long time now. But what do you want to see? What are some of the changes you want made?
I'm definitely wanting to see like new movement maybe, because you know slide canceling like the biggest thing in Warzone, so maybe like a new thing that bridges the skill gap and adds like a new level to like grind it out, you know? Yeah.
I love that. So do I.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Have the best time. Enjoy yourself.
I'm so hyped.
Er ist so gehypt, Mann. Er ist so gehypt. Er ist richtig gehypt, Mann. Die Beta ist spielbar auf PS4 und PS5. Ja. PC kommt erst nächste Woche. PC muss ich noch eine Woche gedulden. PlayStation 4 und PlayStation 5 Spieler werden bevorzugt. Jupp, werden bevorzugt. So. 19 Uhr, genau. Stand auch 19 Uhr. Ich dachte auch 6:30, weil alle 6:30 geschrieben haben. Wer ist denn alles Vorbesteller aus dem Chat? Schreibt mal rein, wer ist alles Vorbesteller von euch? Haut mal raus. Ich musste gerade gucken, ob ich zu laut bin, aber ich glaube, ich habe mich ein ganz kleines Ticken leiser gestellt. Ganz kleines Ticken leiser. Wer ist alles Vorbesteller? Ja, ich bin richtig gehypt.
Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer gameplay. I'm looking forward to seeing something that's familiar but new and challenging.
Yeah, a little bit of throwback, right? Are you excited to kind of replay an old classic in a new iteration?
Modern Warfare 2 is my absolute favorite COD of all time. 2009, that was my very first Call of Duty that I ever owned. I am so ready to experience just that nostalgia again.
So, was geht, UK, Hettai? Was geht ab, Bro? Wie geht's dir, Mann? Auch Vorbesteller, wild. Was geht, Hackern? Ich hoffe, die erzählen was wegen den Skins. Hoffe, die kann man doch irgendwie zu Warzone 2... Ne, die kannst du nicht transferieren. Warzone 2 wird ein komplett neues Spiel. Du wirst von Warzone zu Warzone 2 nichts mitnehmen können. Gar nichts.
Wow.
Erstmal die Beta testen, ist doch vernünftig. Ja, ist vernünftig. Ich habe es mir vorbestellt, weil ich das unbedingt heute Nacht spielen will. Danke für dein Follow, Buddy. Küss dein Herz. Bei Saturn vorbestellt. Mit Steelbook, wild. Gönn dir, Bro. Gönn dir, Mann. Danke dir, Hakan, für dein Follow. Ich küsse dein Herz, Buddy. Vielen Dank. Also wie gesagt, Warzone 2 wird komplett neu. Das wird alles neu. Du wirst von Warzone nichts mit rübernehmen können. Das sind zwei verschiedene Spiele. Jeder fängt bei 0 wieder an. Komplett bei 0. Und es gibt auf jeden Fall kein Slide Cancel. Das gibt es nicht mehr. Das ist, glaube ich, bei vielen... Oh, jetzt ist die Musik aus. Wieso gibt es keine Musik mehr? Hallo? Ah, doch, okay. Also Slide Cancel gibt es bei Warzone 2 nicht mehr. Da haben schon sehr viele drüber gemotzt oder so. Kann ich auch verstehen. Was gibt's noch Neues? Ich glaube, es wird so ein Looten wie bei PUBG. Soll es, glaube ich, geben mit so einem Koffer. Man kann wohl auch mehr Sachen mitnehmen. Muss aber genau die Sachen mitnehmen, die man auch braucht. Die Map. Bin ich auch sehr gespannt drauf, wie die Map aussehen wird. Ob sie heute schon geleakt wird, weiß ich nicht. Aber Map wird auch richtig geil, wahrscheinlich. Naja, wir gucken mal. Wir gucken mal, was sie uns hier gleich zeigen. Auf jeden Fall Multiplayer werden sie zeigen und sie werden Warzone 2 auch ansprechen. Geht das genau um 0 Uhr los? Das Beta-Spielen für die Vorbesteller müsste um 0 Uhr losgehen, ja, theoretisch schon. Es steht Freitag, Samstag drin und Freitag ist deutsche Zeit 0 Uhr. Da stand jetzt nichts von irgendwie amerikanischer Zeit oder so. Da stand deutsche Zeit 0 Uhr. Ich habe eben selber schon bei anderen Streams geguckt, da wurde auch gesagt, wohl 0 Uhr. Aber keiner ist sich zu 100% sicher. Und ich auch nicht. Ja, das ist gut, dass es neu ist. Auf jeden Fall, weil viele haben Glitch-Accounts gehabt und so. Auf jeden Fall komplett neu. Und ich bin ehrlich, Chat, ich wünsche mir, will vielleicht nicht jeder hören, aber ich wünsche mir, dass Warzone 2 Geld kostet. Ich wünsche mir das. Erstens, um die Hacker fernzuhalten, weil Hacker sind nur da, wo es umsonst ist. Aber wir gucken mal. Also meinetwegen soll das Spiel ruhig Geld kosten. Weil umso weniger Hacker gibt es auf jeden Fall. Und was ganz, ganz wichtig ist für die Konsolenspieler, es gibt auch FOV jetzt. FOV ist leider für Konsole. PS4 und PS5.
We've got Courage, huge creator, but we also have 3 incredible pro players, ex-pro player, but amazing creator as well coming out through here. Modern Warfare 2, this is huge for you guys and for the rest of your career, of course. So going into your new season, what do you want out of this big game? Because this is massive for you guys.
I'm a simple guy when it comes to Call of Duty. I just want to see the best COD of all time being played. And I personally think that MW2 will be the best COD of all time.
Oh, yeah, it will. You know what?
I think it will be.
It will be. You know what?
It will be.
So he was saying earlier he wants like nice and fast-paced. I'm looking for the opposite. I want a nice, slow-paced game. I can sit a little further back, watch over my teammates. I'm 25 and I'm proud of it. And I think it's going to be the perfect mix of both. Some good maps, some good fun. I get to beat on him for another year, and I get to hopefully beat his team. Lost by 1 round recently at the big one. So hopefully a good year ahead.
Yep.
Cool. Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I'm just looking for good maps. I mean, I want to see just a different variety of maps. I think it'd be really cool. And we could switch it up between fast and slow. I just want to see some creativity in the map. So that's what I'm looking for.
Can we go play?
Go on, get out of here.
Der hat so Bock zu spielen. Also die Map, habe ich gehört, soll ein bisschen aussehen, also Ähnlichkeit mit Caldera und Blackout von Black Ops 4 sogar, tatsächlich. Verdansk gar nicht mehr. Verdansk ist komplett raus auf Warzone 2. Also mehr Blackout und Caldera. Es gab auch schon so ein kleines Bild, was geleakt worden ist, wie die ungefähr aussehen tut. Sah ganz fresh aus. Das Wichtigste ist dann natürlich wie man das Spiel nachher spielt. Wie das Movement ist, wie die Steuerung ist und all sowas. Das interessiert mich extrem. NPCs sollen kommen. Was ist das, Karim? Ja, wir gucken einfach mal, Toni, auf jeden Fall. Weiß jemand, ob man das MW2 schrennen kann? Also, wenn jemand das Spiel auch haben will. Du meinst, ich weiß, was du meinst, zu deinen Freunden weitergeben, ne? Es geht bestimmt auch, aber ich kann es dir nicht versprechen, Bro. So viele Stream-Cheater dort. Ja, ist leider so. Ganz viele. Was glaubst du, wie viele Streamer, ich will jetzt keinen an die Wand nageln, aber wie viele Streamer cheaten? Auf jeden Fall ist Warzone Deutschland auch auf diesem Event, was jetzt gleich live ist. Ich glaube, Stylus ist sogar da, dieser King Phil ist da, Noisy ist da, Kaiser ist da. Ich glaube, 7, 8 Stück aus Deutschland haben eine Einladung bekommen für dieses Event hier gerade. Die haben alles umsonst bekommen. Flug, Hotel. Boah, das ist, glaube ich, auch ein Traum, ey, wenn du als Streamer dahin fahren darfst und darfst dieses Event live da in Los Angeles gucken. Boah, das muss auch richtig nice sein. Richtig nice sein. Bei denen ist es dann, glaube ich, 7:30 schon. Ne, was ist bei denen? Morgens ist es, glaube ich, bei denen, oder? Ich glaube, es ist bei denen morgens um 8 Uhr, glaube ich, oder so. Ganz komische Zeit auf jeden Fall. Hoffe, es kommt wie BO3, dieser Vibe bei an der Beta, nur nicht bitte Skill-Based Matchmaking. Ja, Skill-Based Matchmaking weiß man halt nicht, ob es wiederkommt, aber ich denke schon, das ist ein Patent. Das haben die angemeldet und dieses Patent kostet ganz, 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 ganz viel Geld. Und das haben sie, glaube ich, über Jahre angemeldet. Ich glaube, höchstens gibt es kein Skill-Based Matchmaking mehr nächstes Jahr, wenn Microsoft den Laden übernimmt. Dann gibt es vielleicht kein Skill-Based Matchmaking mehr. Aber ich denke, bei Warzone 2 wird es trotzdem noch bleiben. Bots kommen? Boah, Bots weiß ich nicht, ob da Bots kommen. Aber wenn Bots kommen, weiß ich nicht. Also sollen sie nicht machen. Bin ich kein Freund von Bots. Nicht so wie bei Fortnite mit den Handlangern oder so. Ab und zu gab es bei Warzone jetzt ja auch schon Handlanger und so. Auf Fortune's Keep und auch auf Caldera. Aber waren aber nur so ein paar, nur so, weiß nicht, 10 Stück oder so. Die haben dann Geld gedroppt oder so. Das fand ich noch okay, aber nicht dauerhafte Bots da, wo du denkst, es ist ein Gegner und es ist ein Bot. Also das würde ich nicht feiern. NPCs sind Bots. Okay, dankeschön, das wusste ich nicht. Also gibt es Bots in Warzone 2, davon ist mir nichts bekannt, Hakan. Ich habe schon viele Leaks gehört und auch schon vieles gelesen, aber ich habe nichts von Bots gehört, Bro. Ich gucke ja auch immer viel bei Twitter und so und bei die ganzen Leute, die viel leaken und was auch meistens stimmt. Da stand jetzt nichts von Bots oder so. Habe ich jetzt nichts von gelesen. Wir gucken mal, noch 17 Minuten. Das ist krass, Mann. glaube 9 oder 10 Stunden Verschiebung ist. Ja, ich glaube, das ist, glaube ich, das muss 10 Stunden zurück sein. Ich glaube, die sind nicht vor uns. Ich glaube, die sind zurück. Aber ich weiß jetzt nicht ganz genau, welche Uhrzeit da ist. Ich glaube, es ist morgens dann. Weil bei uns ist jetzt ja abends. Und ich glaube, da ist es morgens, glaube ich. Oder mittags. Ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher. Kann auch mittags sein. 12 Uhr oder so, kann auch sein. Müsstet ihr mal nachgucken, Chat. Los Angeles. Kann mal jemand nachgucken, welche Zeit Los Angeles gerade ist? Würde mich interessieren. Das würde mich echt interessieren. Und Chat, vielen Dank auch für eure Däumchen nach oben. Dankeschön für die Likes. Sehr nett von euch, die hier gerade ein bisschen Support da lassen. Vielen, vielen, vielen Dank. 10 Uhr, ist 10 Uhr Los Angeles? Das ist, also für Freitagmorgen um 10 Uhr? Oder ist das schon Samstag? Ne, es ist Freitag da, ne? Freitag 10 Uhr. Oder es ist Donnerstag 10 Uhr. Ist das jetzt Donnerstag, wo wir uns gerade befinden, oder ist es Freitag 10 Uhr? Bestimmt Freitag, oder? Aber mitten um 10 Uhr in Los Angeles, da wo der größte Hype ist, am Werktag um 10 Uhr? Weiß ich nicht. 10 Uhr Los Angeles. Dankeschön, Luca. Weißt du nur, was ich mich frage? World Edition bekommst du alle Ghost Skins von MW 2019, aber kein Transfer zu Warzone 2, komisch. Ich habe mir das auch gekauft für 110 Euro, das Bundle hier. Von MW Vorbesteller habe ich mir auch gekauft. Ich glaube, das haben sie nur angeboten, weil viele noch Warzone spielen, auch noch bis Oktober spielen oder bis November noch spielen. Und du das nur kaufen solltest, damit die ein bisschen Geld verdienen. Dass du dann ein paar Skins bekommst und dass du da darauf klickst. Die wollen damit nur Geld verdienen. Ist komisch, ich weiß, was du meinst, aber das ist einfach nur, um Geld zu machen. Und wir sind so doof, wir fallen auch noch drauf rein und wir kaufen uns das auch noch. Ich habe es mir auch selber gekauft, für 110 Euro. Deswegen, ja. Aber das wird nichts, also du wirst das nicht spielen können in Warzone 2. Da werde ich mich zu 99% festlegen. Erstmal Warzone 2 zum Frühstück, denken sich die Amis, ja genau. Frühstücksfernsehen, 10 Uhr. Alle zu Hause bleiben, keiner arbeitet heute da. Alle wollen MW-Trailer sehen. Also ich bin auf jeden Fall gehypt, aber ich muss auch sagen, man wurde in letzter Zeit auch sehr viel enttäuscht von Call of Duty. Ob das jetzt Vanguard damals war, ob das Cold War war, man wurde so viel enttäuscht von so vielen CODs. Deswegen also, okay, Ruhe.
I'm not excited for.
I think honestly being able to see a lot of people who played online together finally in the same area after everything that's gone on and being able to get back together, like that's going to be a really fun time for people to be able to like see each other across the way.
Now there's a lot happening, there's a lot being revealed, you guys are getting that inside scoop on it, but we've got Warzone 2.0, we've got multiplayer, so much going on. What is your game? What is your game on COD? You know, what are you looking forward to?
So I'm a huge multiplayer search and destroy fan, so a little bit different than most people here. They play mainly Warzone. Not that great at Warzone, but search and destroy, quickscoping, that's my thing.
Okay, we love to hear that. And what about you?
Also, search and destroy, that's how we met.
Wow,
so
hardcore.
Yeah, search and destroy all day.
Das sind, glaube ich, immer Streamer aus der USA. Vielleicht zeigen wir noch ein paar deutsche Streamer. Sie suchen uns zerstören gerne. Okay, alles klar. Racer, die sind dann zurück. Die sind nicht vor uns. Wir sind das schon es ist ja bei uns schon 19 Uhr. Und das ist erst 10 Uhr. Die sind zurück 10 Stunden. Die sind nicht vor uns. Die sind zurück. Du hast sie verschrieben, Bro. Die wollen ein bisschen Para machen. Die Gauner auf jeden Fall. Das ist so. Die wollen Geld machen. Mann, ich bin so gehypt, Mann. Noch 13 Minuten, Bro. Wer ist denn alles PC-Spieler aus dem Stream? Wer ist PC-Spieler? Wer ist PS4, PS5? Wer kann heute Abend schon zocken? Wer kann nicht zocken? Schreibt mal rein. Interessiert mich. Das interessiert mich jetzt, Chat. Die Musik ist ein bisschen episch gerade, muss ich sagen. Können wir ein bisschen lauter machen. Sonst hört ihr mich nicht mehr. Junge, warum geht der Stream? Warum ist der Chat immer wieder weg? Jetzt mal schon wieder Fehlermeldung. Hallo? Prost, Eraser. Hast du den Bierchen aufgemacht? Schönes Bierchen aufgemacht. Oh. Musik ist wieder weg. Das sind auch die ganzen COD-Songs, die ich im Ausschnitt abgespielt hatte. Wieder ist der Stream weg. Hallo? Chill mal, Bro. Das geht hier, Rex. Ich wüsste mal, wieder reinguckst bei mir. Wie geht's dir, Bro? Wünsche ich dir auch. Dankeschön für dein Like. Sehr nett von dir. Vielen Dank. Ehre. Ja, man kann kaltes Bierchen. Oh, ich kann auch ein kaltes Bierchen holen. Hier, da steht das jetzt, Chat. Open Beta. Erstes Wochenende. PlayStation exklusiv. 16. 17. Das heißt, heute Nacht und morgen. Für die Vorbesteller. Dann geht's weiter am Sonntag und Montag. Sonntag, Montag und Dienstag. Für alle PlayStation-Spieler. 4 und 5. Also Sonntag, Montag, Dienstag für alle PS4 und PS5-Spieler, die es nicht vorbestellt haben. Vorbesteller können schon heute Nacht spielen. Zweites Wochenende, Crossplay-Beta. Da können alle spielen. Xbox und PC und PlayStation. Da hat dann aber die Vorbesteller von der Xbox und PC haben Vorrang. Einen Tag. Und PlayStation kommt einen Tag später dann. Und dann ist noch am 24. und 26. September nochmal für alle Open Beta. Da stand es gerade. Also Vorbesteller heute Nacht, Freitag, Samstag und Sonntag, Montag, Dienstag für PS4 und PS5-Spieler. PC-Spieler erst nächste Woche. Bro, kennst du diese Nadia aus YouTube? Ich kenne die. Ja, ich kenne die. Ich gucke ab und zu auch Leute, die so ein bisschen die ganzen guten Streamer ein bisschen kontrollieren und so. Und Nadja ist da ein bisschen auf der Rankingliste ganz oben, was das Cheaten angeht.
I'm most looking forward to find out more information about Warzone 2 and the future of the franchise. I think that Warzone has really helped adapt to a casual audience, whereas the CDL has been growing the more competitive side of things. And I just want them to see them, you know, be able to refine it, come in with Ricochet this time, not have any of the issues we did with Verdansk, and really be able to, you know, just hit the ground running this time.
As we look ahead to Warzone 2, do you have any favorite memories on Warzone?
On Warzone 1, oh yeah, I have some great ones. The end of Verdansk was probably one of my favorite things. I did my first subathon. It was 7 days straight, and we covered the whole thing from the Easter eggs and all the things that told us what was going to happen to seeing the nuke actually explode. And I don't know if anybody keeps up with Modern Warzone, but I had been saying since Verdansk came out that it was going to be blown up by a nuke. So to see it happen was just euphoric for me.
Nice. Well, I can't wait to see if your predictions come true for this next game as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ja, wie gesagt, Hakan. Ich kenne auch die ganzen Leute, die so ein bisschen was anhaben sollen. Zetlana, Aiden, DS Biffel, Bradman und wie die alle heißen da. Das sind so viele. Man kann es nicht genau sagen, weil viele haben einfach keine Monitorcam. Einige haben es schon mittlerweile, aber nicht jeder. Komischerweise ist, wenn die Monitorcam an ist, dass sie dann weniger Kills machen jede Runde. Ist mir mal aufgefallen, auch bei dieser Nadja. Hat letztes Mal auch Monitorcam angehabt, eine Runde. Da hat sie auf Reverse nur 5 Kills nur gehabt. Ich meine, das schaffe ich auch. Und hat sie keine Monitorcam, hat sie meistens um die 20, 25, 30 Kills die Runde, jede Runde. Warum wohl? Wie gesagt, ich enthalte mich da, aber ich weiß, was du meinst auf jeden Fall. Problem ist halt, viele, die bei Twitch viele Zuschauer haben, viele Subs haben, die würde Twitch niemals rausschmeißen, weil die ganz genau wissen, dass sie mit den Leuten viel Geld verdienen. Und die Zuschauer, die Leute dann auch gucken und auch reinzappen und so, ja, also kann ich nur mit dem Kopf schütteln, Alter. Weiß ich nicht. Aber naja. Sollen sie machen, wenn sie da Bock drauf haben, die Leute noch zu unterstützen, wo sie meinen, sie cheaten. Mal sehen, wie das neue Warzone 2 wird, ob es da auch ein Anti-Cheat-System gibt. Ich hoffe, es gibt eins, gutes da auch. Und auch ein viel, viel besseres. Sie sollen jetzt nicht wieder anfangen und Warzone 2 rausbringen und kein Anti-Cheat-System haben. Dann geht das wieder in die Hose. Bei den deutschen Spielen sind, glaube ich, alle legit. Weißt du natürlich nicht, aber denke ich. Ich denke das auch. Bin mir bei 1, 2 nicht immer 100% sicher. Aber ich denke das schon. Was mir immer sehr viel auffällt, so ein bisschen, dass die Leute immer genau wissen, wo sie hinlaufen müssen. In welche Richtung die Gegner sind.
Many different things coming out to play here. What do you expect out of this new game? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to the Call of Duty polished feel you expect, especially from Infinity Ward. I think that was my favorite part of Modern Warfare 2019, was just how smooth everything felt. I love the field upgrades. I'm wondering if they potentially added any more. And at the end of the day, they've already teased earlier today the brand new Gunsmith 2.0. I want to see what type of crazy weapons we can come up with. I cannot wait to just lay the smackdown on all the Call of Duty League pros that are here. They're all absolute noobs. I'm looking forward to today.
Noch 7 Minuten. Lana hatte... Was, Moment. Lana hatte nur 3 Kills reversed bei Turnier von Optik. 3 Kills nur? Ah, krass. Wie gesagt, den Typen gucke ich gar nicht so oft. Ich gucke sehr oft, die Spliffle gucke ich ganz oft, wenn ich ehrlich bin. Da gucke ich ab und zu mal rein. Also, ja, das Problem ist halt, er hat halt nicht immer Monitor-Cammer, ne? Und was mir halt immer so extrem bei den vielen Leuten auffällt, die viele Kills machen jede Runde. Klar haben die vielleicht gutes Aim. Ich weiß, ob sie noch irgendwelche Tricks oder so haben, keine Ahnung. Aber auf jeden Fall sieht man das, wenn sie die Monitor-Cam anhaben mal, dass sie nicht viele Kills machen mehr. Was mir halt auch bei vielen auffällt, sie wissen halt immer, in welche Richtung man laufen muss, wo Gegner sich befinden, komischerweise. Immer. Wenn ich zum Beispiel Caldera spiele, ich weiß nie, wo ich hinlaufen soll, wo Gegner sind. Also, ich laufe da irgendwie rum, werde in den Rücken geschossen und bin wieder tot, komischerweise. Die anderen meistens nie. Die gewinnen auch gefühlt jede Runde Caldera, jede Runde gewinnen die. Aber egal. Ist nicht unser Ding. Noch 6 Minuten. Oh, ich bin so gehypt. Also, Racer, ich wollte es eigentlich durchmachen, ja? Ich wollte bis heute Nacht zocken. Also, bis heute Nacht wollte ich eigentlich streamen. Und dann die Beta zocken auf jeden Fall. Kann sein, dass ich vielleicht nachher nochmal für 2 Stunden offline gehe. Und dann erst um 11 Uhr wiederkomme. Oder um 11:30. Aber ich muss natürlich morgen auch wieder arbeiten. Aber morgen nur einen kurzen Tag.
So good to have you guys in the building. Of course, we have Modern Warfare 2 coming up. You're going to get a chance to get on the sticks and play it. How are you feeling about this brand new title?
Really good, man. I mean, MW2, the name itself has so much hype around it, and it's just so exciting to play a game. Infinity Ward is my favorite company to make the game, so I'm super excited.
Amazing stuff. So, gents, how are you guys feeling? We've got Warzone 2.0.
Our first event here, so I mean, we're really excited to be here.
I'll pass the mic around.
Okay.
Anything you'd like to add?
I'm feeling good. I'm super excited. This is the first Call of Duty event,
like said, this is our first ever event,
that I've been
this is
to,
really new to us.
I'm
really exciting. I don't know what to expect, but I'm just ready to play. You know what I mean?
Any favorite memories from the original Modern Warfare 2 that anyone wants to share?
I remember. I remember the first nuke I ever got was on the map Estate, and I was hype. I was like 13 years old. Silence ACR going crazy.
I mean, I didn't play it either. I went back and played it, but it was already too late.
It can be a more recent memory.
I'll tell you what, though.
I was a campaign guy.
All right.
Campaign boy. I was campaign. I played campaign. That's what I did.
Well, I do know we're going to have a kick-ass campaign coming in. So what do you expect out of a good campaign? So if you're a campaign guy, what do you look for?
I don't know. I just played it. The missions were fire, so I just want fire missions again. I ain't gonna lie. Wasn't that the one we had to crawl and be secretive or something like that too?
I always love the sniper missions where you gotta
that's
be
what I'm saying. It was really dope.
I love that. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to waste any more time. Go enjoy it. Get on the sticks, and we'll catch up with you later to see how you feel about it. Thanks, guys.
Der eine sah ein bisschen aus wie Marcel Scorpion, fand ich. Ein ganz bisschen. Mit dem Bart. Lustig. Oh, nur noch 4 Minuten. Oh, wir haben fast die halbe Stunde so schnell rumgekriegt. Lol, das war eben noch eine halbe Stunde. Jetzt nur noch 3 Minuten. 4 Minuten. Let's go, Chat. Wir gehen rein. Komm. Mal gucken. Ich denke mal, dass sie gleich mit dem Multiplayer anfangen. Mit MW. Und ich denke mal, dass Warzone zum Schluss erst kommen wird. Das soll, glaube ich, auch 2-3 Stunden, glaube ich, gehen, das Event jetzt. Da steht es nochmal einmal für die Leute, die wissen wollen, wann sie spielen können. Oh, schlechte Einblendung. Schlechte Einblendung davon. Von MW. Ja, schön, dass du da warst, Hakan. Danke dir. Mach's gut. Und bis bald vielleicht. Noch 3 Minuten, Chat. Haut mal ein paar Flammen hier rein. Let's go.
Alright, well, we get to see multiplayer and Warzone 2.0. What are you expecting? What are your big expectations from this new
Das ist doch Aiden, oder nicht? Das ist doch Aiden.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see the map. With Caldera, there was a lot of elevation, and I liked in Verdansk how it was a lot of buildings. So I'm hoping to see a lot of buildings for building fights because I'm a close range player. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Das war gerade einfach Aiden. Die haben mitten im Gespräch abgebrochen, weiß ich nicht, warum. Warum darf der nicht ausreden? Er ist mehr so der Close-Range-Spieler, hat er gerade gesagt. Aber er liebt auch Häuserkampf. Wann kann man Beta gratis zocken? Am Sonntag. Sonntag für PS4, PS5 bis Dienstag. Und ab heute Nacht, also Freitag und Samstag für Vorbesteller von MW. Und nächste Woche PC-Spieler. So, nach 2 Minuten. Wir gehen rein. Weil der Cheater ist. Ich wollte es jetzt nicht sagen. Er ist unwichtig. Ist so. Ja, ich habe damals auch ein Video gesehen mit ihm, wo er angeblich sein Cheat-Menü auf hatte und das in seiner Brille gespiegelt war. Und dann hat der Chat gefragt, warum hast du dein Cheat-Menü offen auf der Desktop? Und er so, nee, das war mein Taskmanager. Einen schwarzen Taskmanager, die gibt's gar nicht. Taskmanager sind immer weiß oder grau. Taskmanager gibt's nicht in schwarz. Er hat gesagt, es war ein Taskmanager. Glaube ich ihm bis heute nicht. Aber okay. Glaube ich ihm bis heute nicht. Mach's gut, Hakan. Jetzt aber wirklich. Hau rein, Mann. Lass dir gut gehen. Ja, ist so, Racer. Der hat damals ein Video gehabt. Da wollte er sich zu äußern und er hat gesagt, das war sein Taskmanager. Einen schwarzen Taskmanager, wo gibt's denn sowas? Weiß ich nicht. Ich mache jetzt ein bisschen lauter, Chat. Wir gehen jetzt gleich rein. Let's go. Sieben, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
We're a team. All of us. Let's go get him.
Wow.
Listen up. These guys on the ground, they are your brothers now. Yes, sir.
Nice! Sah schon mal geil aus, Chat. Sah schon mal geil aus.
And welcome to Call of Duty Next. I am Johanna Ferris, the General Manager of Call of Duty, and I am thrilled to help kick off a truly significant moment, not only for the highly anticipated upcoming release of Modern Warfare 2, but a very significant moment for the future of the entire Call of Duty franchise. You see, over the last several years, we've experienced explosive and dynamic growth. And we've learned a ton along the way. And those learnings have fueled our ambition to deliver a wholly new, elevated player experience. One focused, of course, on delivering more fun and innovation, but also state-of-the-art tech advancements built to support a more connected Call of Duty community than ever before. So just know that what we shared today across Modern Warfare 2, our brand new Warzone 2.0 experience coming later this fall, and our designs to bring Warzone to mobile for players on the go are all certainly big news, but it's just the first chapter of a very bold, long-term vision that we carry to take Call of Duty to even higher heights in the years to come. Ultimately, though, we know that you, our players and fans around the world, will be the judge of all that, and it's why we are thrilled to be doing this on the eve of our Modern Warfare 2 beta, and to be here live in person with more than 200 of the biggest streamers and creators in all of gaming. They will finally get their hands on the true star of the show, the gameplay itself. So let's get right into it. It is my esteemed pleasure to introduce, alongside me, Patrick Kelly, co-studio head of Infinity Ward and the executive creative director of Call of Duty. Pat, welcome.
Thank you, Johanna. It's so exciting to be here with all of you. It's been such a journey to get to this place. You know, on the franchise, I always get asked by people, or regularly get asked by people, what are the areas you focused on improving, or what are the areas you innovated on? We worked on improving and innovating on every area of the game. It always comes back to gameplay. Gameplay is king. But I could go on and on. Things like third person, things like where we've innovated in the space of Battle Royale. We've got an all-new mode in DMZ that has large player counts along with massive player counts of AI. And it goes on and on and on. We've got mobile connected with progression and everything else across all of the games. And it just goes on and on. But you know what? It all comes back to one thing. It comes back to fun. Everything we do is in the service of fun. Whether you're a hardcore player or a casual player, whether you are somebody who likes to play with your friends or you like to play alone, wherever you play it, be it on console or PC or mobile, however you play, whether you're a camper or a slayer, we've tried to think about fun for you. And hopefully today you're going to see that and play that, and fun is what you come away with.
Absolutely. You know, fun is definitely what we're going to be heavily focused on.
EK, das weiß ich leider nicht. Kann ich dir leider nicht helfen.
Things like proximity chat and new gulag twists. There's definitely going to be instances where players will interact not only with their own squads, but may even have to work together with other players in unexpected and pretty fresh ways. We've already seen some hilarious interactions, in fact, during play sessions, and I can't wait to see how these new ways to connect evolve over time. Now, Pat, what can you tell us about weapons?
Oh, wow. So we've completely innovated in the area of connecting you, the player, to your instance in the game, making you feel more in the game. And I guess you can think about it as starting out with the camera. The camera represents your eyes, right? So connecting the camera to your body, we've done that with some inverse kinematics and some physics and other things like that. We've connected then the body to the hands on the gun, again, with some sophisticated inverse kinematics. We've connected the gun with the actual bullets coming out of it. So now, wherever that gun is pointed, however it's pointed, the bullets are coming out of it exactly from the barrel. There's no disconnect there. And that's before I even get into what we've done with the new gunsmithing and how you build your weapons and the platforms, etc. But look,
boah, Chat, die Halle sieht schon geil aus, ne? Die Halle sieht schon geil aus, ey.
But before they kick us off the stage, can we tell them about raids?
Yes, thank you. So with the beginning of Modern Warfare 2, and then shortly after that, Warzone 2.0, and then very shortly after that, for the first time ever, we're going to release a raid in Call of Duty. It's a very different kind of gameplay. It's very intense. We think it's very fun, and we're super excited about it. And by the way, there's one other thing I want to talk about for all of you hardcore players out there. I heard so many of you talk about what play challenges can you give us beyond just winning, which, anyway, I won't go off on that, but we've got a whole series of quests and gameplay challenges that occur when you actually win in Warzone or you hit different milestones that you'll have an opportunity to do. And believe me when I say everyone in the match will know when you're on them and if you prevail at them. So look forward to that.
Big things ahead. And now, before we kick it over to Miles and team to carry the day, we are extremely excited to give you the world premiere of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer trailer. Thanks again and enjoy the show.
Let's go.
We got intel reports of Hassan and the cartel forming terrorist cells all over the globe.
We've never seen activity on this scale before.
They have an army, but we have each other.
The world is a vampire.
Locate the prisoners and move them to extraction.
Oha!
Enemies above. Field charge. Eyes on the hostage.
You're gonna be okay.
Hostage secure.
On cover.
Boah, sieht aber geil aus. Sieht geil aus, Chat.
Do not let them cross the border.
Take him out.
Sieht geil aus.
Get ready, team. We have never seen a war zone like this.
The world is a vampire.
They're behind us. Stop, stick out. Enemy healer.
Oha!
Take out that boat.
Boah, geil. Das ist Warzone hier.
I'm on my way.
Boah, das sieht echt geil aus, Mann. Also ich bin echt gehypt, Chat. Das sah richtig geil gerade aus, bin ich ehrlich. Das sah richtig geil aus. Auch die Grafik sieht gut aus, ne?
Terrorist cells all over the globe.
We've never seen activity on this scale before.
They have an army. But we have each other.
The world is a vampire. Hold you out to
Coming back!
Boah, geil.
Locate the prisoners and move them to extraction.
Enemies above. Field charge. Eyes on the hostage.
You're gonna be okay.
Ich glaube, das ist nochmal derselbe Trailer von eben, Chat. Ich glaube, den spielen sie irgendwie zweimal ein. Keine Ahnung warum.
Keep going. Gotcha.
Do not let them cross the border.
Take him out.
Mir ist doch was Neues dazwischen.
Get ready, team. We have never seen a war zone like this.
The world is a vampire.
They're behind us. Stop, stick out. Enemy healer.
Boah, Shepard.
Take out that boat.
Aber gerade die Warzone-Map, die sah ziemlich geil aus, Chat. Die sah ziemlich geil aus.
I'm on my way.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
And there we go, Call of
Geil.
Duty fans, the trailer so nice. We ran it twice. It is all there. Everything that makes this franchise so special. We are incredibly excited to be here today. And after that, quite frankly, how can you not be? My name is Miles Ross and I am so excited to truly be here with a few of the members of the Infinity War.
Guten Abend, Victoria. Wie geht's dir, Mann? Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut. Also, das gerade, was wir gesehen haben, Das ist so geil gewesen, ehrlich. Also ich bin richtig gehypt auf das Spiel. Also wenn das auch wirklich nachher so umgesetzt wird, macht das Spiel, glaube ich, richtig Spaß. Richtig Spaß. Ich glaube, das war auch schon das Wichtigste gerade, was heute kam. Ich glaube, jetzt zeigen sie noch so ein paar Sachen. Ich denke, wir gucken mal weiter.
There's a lot to get through today, guys. You saw that trailer. Let's go with the philosophy, Steph. Let's stay high level. What went into the creation of the game?
You said it precisely. There is so much. This game has just so much content. It's got something for everyone, and it's really been the result of 3 years of hard work at IW and our partners across all of the Activision studios. And so much of that work started with.
Die sind 3 Jahre dabei gewesen, das Spiel zu entwickeln. 3 Jahre sind die schon an diesem Spiel bei.
Conversation and feedback from 2019 is really been a core piece of what Modern Warfare 2 is. And it's a dialogue that we hope to, continue, especially here today. Well, we've got so much in store with this MP experience. And people like Jeff and Joe here, who I am honored to work with, and their experience on this franchise, we're in good hands.
Indeed. Okay, so Jeff, well, I don't know where to start anymore. Let's set up what Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is all about. And let's stay high level for now, because there's a lot of details, friends, juicy details.
Sure. I mean, when you come into making a sequel, it can be kind of tricky. What do you keep from the previous game? What do you get rid of? And where can you add new things in and not mess up this kind of nicely balanced ecosystem that we had? And so we came up with a few methods, one of them being player behaviors. And I say behaviors and not play styles. I think a lot of people will say play styles, but that can kind of change during a match. But behaviors are more ingrained in how players play. And we just put them into 3 big groups. We call them rushers, which are just aggressive players. They just want to find the action and go. And then we have sentinels, and these are defensive players. They want to just kind of hold down a building, maybe keep a overwatch. And then we have stalkers, which are reactive, and they kind of hang back and try to read the field.
Sie sagen gerade, sie haben das Spiel ein bisschen so entwickelt, dass jeder Spieler, ob defensiv, offensiv oder so mittelmäßig, eine Chance haben kann in dem Spiel. Also das heißt, wieder viele Sachen wahrscheinlich, wo man campen kann auch. Schade.
What are some of the new features coming to multiplayer, some of the new stuff that you're most excited to talk about?
Oh boy, there are a ton of new features to dive into with this game, but we really pushed forward even the most fundamental aspects of what makes a Call of Duty game with Modern Warfare 2, and it's been really amazing for me to come on board this past year and see these innovations coming to life, to hear Jeff jump into, breaking down the 1v1. And personally for me, water. Our water, I've seen the memes, we love water. It's really hard to make in games. But the aquatic combat, some of the things you're able to do with vehicles in the water, I think that level of immersion is really going to speak to fans and has been something that I've really enjoyed playing the last couple months.
Aquatic combat. Steph loves to swim. Joe, can we go into some details about our water-based adventures in MW2?
Yeah, I mean, last game we really wanted to add water, and we knew we didn't have time, right? So in Verdansk, we froze the rivers and we made the outskirts just to kill trigger. In this game, as soon as we started Modern Warfare 2, we leaned into water, both visually, beautiful caustics, there's waves with white caps, but we also, the gameplay side, there's unique ballistics underwater. You only can use certain weapons underwater. Your pistol is your weapon underwater, otherwise you can't use your primary weapons. But it's also a nice cover or evasion mechanic. If you're getting shot at, you can dive into the water, and as you get deeper, it gets murkier. Like the farther you are,
auch das Wasser, wie echt es aussieht, ne? Das Wasser,
guckt euch das Wasser an. Super fun for us to dig into water and really flex on what water could be in Call of Duty. And you saw the boats and the mine that floats, and every piece of equipment, has been filtered. Like, how does it work through water? Like, we had to look at everything in the game and say, how does it work in water? What's the best version?
Our vehicles will just slowly submerge. Yeah, really would, instead of blinking out.
Yeah, everything.
A lot of details.
The behaviors are awesome.
Oh my God! Well, I can't quite wait to literally dip my toes into those waters. But guys, let's not forget about the ground and the air. Like, I mean, what else is going to be coming to the movement system? Joe, what do we got?
Well, last game we did mount, and we had slide, and even though we're a military shooter, fluid movement is super important to us. So this game, you saw in the trailer, you can see here on the video, we have a new ledge hang mechanic, and that's essentially a high mantle. But instead of doing a high mantle and throwing yourself up over into combat, you can now peek. If you have a pistol, you can pull that pistol out and use that. We also added a dive. You know, last game we had the slide that kept your gun up, but we really wanted players to have an option where if they're getting shot at, they don't know where they're getting shot at, they can get down, get out of fire. But the other really cool thing is the dive's just high enough to let you get through a window. And so if you throw a grenade up into a building's second story, often you'll see players, you know, like rats leaving.
Also ganz ehrlich, der Multiplayer sieht mega geil aus, ne? Die Details, das Waffenfeeling, die Grafik ist auch mega geil. Gut, wir dürfen nicht dran denken, das ist ein Trailer, das ist nicht ein Live-Bild hier vom Spiel nachher. Das ist ein Bild, also eine Simulation. Das darf man nicht verwechseln nachher mit dem Spielchat. Also, aber es sieht mega geil aus.
Vehicle details to come. But now, guys, let's talk about equipment. Obviously, Call of Duty, crazy sandbox, a lot of cool toys to play with. Joe, what are some of the new dynamite new items that we're going to be throwing at each other and equipping and using and all sorts in the next game?
I mean, you saw some cool stuff in the trailer. You saw the drill charge, you saw the shock stick. One of the other cool ones you saw is the inflatable decoy. And this is a mine that you can throw out, and it basically sits there, and if a player gets close to it, it auto-deploys and basically inflates like a car airbag going off. And it faces the person that triggered it, and so it's a great distraction technique. You can also fire it off with a clacker if you want to control when it goes off. You can throw it in water, and here you just saw the DDoS. We added all this equipment into this game, and the DDoS is our kind of answer of like, hey, I'm going to breach this building. I want to go clean house, but I don't want to deal with all the shit inside. So I'm going to hit the DDoS. Boom! It's going to shut down everything, and I can move in, and clear that room. You saw the heartbeat sensor is back. It's got a new look. But it also has a battery as a balancing mechanic, so you can't use it indefinitely in Warzone. And there's so much
This is the TAC cam too, which you guys just saw, which to me is a personal favorite.
You can put out a lot of them, and even you can patch into your teammates, so you can. It gets a little crazy.
Yeah, kind of like a sticky GoPro, but will actually mark your enemies for your team.
Yeah.
So it's. I expect to see a lot of fun moments with that today.
So many toys and new tools that we just want players to get in and play with. I think there's something like 13 field upgrades, you know, between Warzone and Core MP, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh my God! Until they all get DDoS. All this talk about equipment, it reminds me. I mean, that's one element to look at now, but we've also got Gunsmith, brand new Gunsmith. Guys, what can you tell me about it, and how will it change the way that we, level our weapons and manage them? I mean, what's going on there?
Yeah, so the new Gunsmith allows players to build out their weapons more smoothly than ever before. We put out some videos yesterday for the Intel drop. I hope people dig into those if you want a better look at Gunsmith 2.0. But we're really looking at unprecedented opportunities for weapon customization. And the new weapon platforming will actually allow players to unlock universal attachments through cross progression.
Wow,
we saw a lot of really positive feedback from the community yesterday. This is sort of intended to,
die ganzen Oldschool-Waffen,
no longer
M4 alle.
every single attachment for every single weapon. There will be some shared attachments through progression. And I'm really excited to see the streamers and the content creators jump into this today. I know we all love the gun bench from 2019, so it's exciting.
This does sound amazing. So we've been hearing
Wie viele Aufsätze?
platforms and shared attachments.
1, 2,
very, very cool.
5 Aufsätze kann man, glaube ich, nur machen.
What can we expect?
Finde ich gut.
Yeah, I can add a little bit of what Stephanie said. We had this vision last game with Gunsmith. We were like, okay, what if you could take an assault rifle and you could make it an SMG? And that was our driving kind of like motivator for that system. And we kind of hit that. You could take it functionally through attachments, but the weapon name wouldn't change, and we couldn't change the receiver. And really, that's the key thing this game is you can go into Gunsmith, you can set up an AK-47 assault rifle with a thermal optic, with a suppressor, with a grip. And then you can say, you know what, I want to change up the playstyle of this gun. You can swap out the receiver to the AK-74U, make it an SMG, but you can keep that optic, that suppressor, that grip, they all come with. And to what Stephanie said, we have shared attachments within these platforms. We have branching progression. You unlock those guns by playing with other guns. And then we have shared attachments across all guns, and it's all to hit this vision.
Lulic Open Beta kommt heute Nacht für Vorbesteller, also Freitag und Samstag. Und Sonntag, Montag, Dienstag für alle anderen PS4 und PS5-Spieler, PC-Spieler erst nächste Woche, Xbox-Spieler auch erst nächste Woche.
And that's, we wanted to ground that in reality. Functionally, a receiver, is based in that, changing the weapon type. And I think it provides a really seamless experience for players looking to build out the perfect weapon for a multitude of play styles. So you're going to be able to jump into that platform and customize however you want for, situational combat. And you're actually going to see the FJX Cinder weapon vault in action today, which is the entirely unlocked Platform 1, the M4, the Mic 4. And the weapon vault maintains its aesthetic properties across all corresponding attachments. So we've heard you talk about the Frankenprint. This is our answer. It's an extremely rare. This is a huge, project for our art teams to design these. But
ja, ich habe vorbestellt. Bro.
Weapon blueprint, and even better, you can unlock the entire Cinder weapon vault with the Vault Edition of Modern Warfare 2. Available in beta.
Available in beta, so we can rock with that thing all weekend long. Okay, so Gunsmith looks incredible. Okay, I'm excited. I cannot wait to get into this one soon. Our streamers are going to get into this one soon as well. But first, guys, we need to hear about maps.
Wenn ich das heute Abend zocken kann um 0 Uhr, werde ich das auf jeden Fall noch eine Stunde noch streamen, auf jeden Fall. Ab 12 Uhr heute Nacht.
I suppose behind building out maps. Jeff, this is for you.
Yeah, right from the start, we knew we wanted to build another big map, not only for Battle Royale, but also for this other mode that we've been working on for quite a long time.
I read about that on the internet.
Yes.
But, when you lay out these big maps, it's kind of a collection.
Ich kann mir nicht vorstellen, dass die Grau auch in Warzone 2 oder MW2 gibt. Ich glaube, die Grau wird es da nicht geben. Weil das keine gängige Waffe ist von damals. Ich glaube, die gibt es nicht.
And a bunch of others really well. And so, stepping back from this large map and looking at how much open world sandboxy gameplay that we have, we looked back at our 6v6 maps and really tried to refine and make them a tighter experience to contrast all this big world kind of exploratory gameplay. So the maps for 6v6, in comparison to the last game, they're just a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more refined, and I think fans will really enjoy how quick they play.
That sounds...
A lot of diversity in those maps as well. A lot of visual variety.
Also es gibt auf jeden Fall 6 gegen 6 Maps gibt's wieder und es gibt auch Maps, wo es mehr Spieler auf der Map gibt, 10, 10, 12, 12 etc. Aber ich bin gespannt auf die Perks, die es gibt, ob es Totenstille gibt.
Maps that we are going to be seeing in MW2. Starting with one, we've got a real fun one here, guys. This is one of the aforementioned battle maps. Team, can you give me some details on Sarif Bay?
So Sarif Bay is this little fishing town in the south coast of our big map, and we picked this because it has.
Guck euch das Bild an, Chat, das Bild!
It's right on a harbor, so we get to show off all our boats and our new amphibious APC, and swimming, as we've already said. But what you get inside the town is this really intense urban combat with all these tight little alleyways and all this great rooftop combat. And mixed with our ledge hang, you get these really cool parkour combat action happening.
Yeah, I love how you describe the rooftops there on this map specifically as like a separate ecosystem. You can kind of migrate that entire vertical.
You can go up there and just hang out and fight other snipers.
All right, well, that looks fantastic. Jeff, okay, so that's one of our larger maps. What about some of the 6v6 maps? I think we have some footage of one of the new maps that we're going to be seeing today, named Mercado Las Almas. Do you mind giving us some details on this one?
Sure. Mercado is a little street market in a historic section in Mexico. Our story behind this is, the authorities have some intel that narcotics are being smuggled out of a warehouse, and they're going in trying to find and seize them. This map plays really fast and a lot of action right down that center lane. The Mercado is a very dangerous neck of the woods, so watch out when you're playing in the beta. It plays fast.
Cannot wait, really cannot wait. Looks fantastic, and again, interesting to see how that ties into campaigns and whatnot. All sorts of fun and games ahead of us. Looks amazing. Battle maps, core maps, 6v6. All this looks fantastic. But let's go back to modes. We've seen some maps. What about the modes being played on battle maps? We will have the return of Ground War, but we've got a new large-scale mode that you've alluded to, right? Let's talk Invasion.
So Invasion is it's a big war map. It's Big War TDM, or we affectionately call it the shipment of Ground War. It's 20v20 players, but there's also 20 AI on each team. AI are coming in.
Die Map ist 20 gegen 20 Invasion. Oh mein Gott.
And it's this high action mode. It's super fun, but it's also really chill. The announcer's not barking at you. He's not saying like, hey, get to B, they're taking C. You can kind of play it how you want to play it. You sit up on a rooftop and snipe. You can grab a shotgun and go room clearing. If you push too far into the enemy's base, AI will come hunt you. But we've also been really conscious of where we put AI in multiplayer. We didn't put AI in kill streaks or anything like that because we don't want AI showing up in search and destroy. We don't want AI in domination. This mode, though, however, was built for AI, and it's a super fun mode. Can't wait for people to try it.
Kind of a funny aside, you know, we took the name Ground War from a playlist in MW2, and that was just large-scale TDM and DOM. And we kind of did the DOM in the last game, and now we're able to add kind of the sandbox TDM, and so we're kind of completing the cycle of that that old playlist.
Yeah.
Well, this large-scale stuff looks amazing. This looks so awesome. And okay, so what about the new 6v6 modes? Let's keep dialing it in closer and closer. Steph, what have we got?
Yeah, so we also have 2 new 6v6 modes that you're going to be seeing here played today, and they will be in beta in Prisoner Rescue and Knockout.
Prisoner Rescue. Okay, let's go into Prisoner Rescue first, Joe.
So Prisoner Rescue is an attack and defend mode. It's a round-based mode.
Ja, es gibt 2 neue 6 gegen 6 Modus. Da, wo es wohl auch, da wo du auch genockt werden kannst.
To those prisoners, pick them up and carry them to exfil. When you pick them up, you enter what's called a wounded carry, where they're up on your shoulders and you can't use your primary weapons. Instead, you have to use a pistol if you brought it, or you're just stuck with fists. But the way that we give the attackers an advantage once they grab that prisoner is they get a radar sweep for their team, so they can call out where the defenders are. And the objective icon over the prisoner goes away as soon as they scoop them up. So now the defenders have to basically rotate back to the exfil and set up defensive positions. And it's this heart-pounding, adrenaline-pushing like mode once you grab that prisoner and try and get them out.
Yeah, that hero run to the exfil is
definitely, you know, big S&D energy in this mode, which resonates with me in my time in esports. So this is my personal favorite of the new ones, and also sort of the strategic revives that happen. There is a revive mechanic, and so you are able to pick up your teammates, and I've seen some pretty wild comebacks in our playtest so far.
It was a lot of fun. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday. It was amazing. Incredibly fun, and I know the community is going to love diving into it over the next week. Okay, I can hardly believe that there's actually a lot more content to get through, but there's one more thing I have to bring up.
Ja, sowas ähnliches glaube ich auch, Racer. Sowas, wo du beschützen musst und eskortieren musst. Sah aber eben auch aus, wenn du genockt bist, dass du noch wieder belebt werden kannst und so da irgendwie. Aber ja, sah nice aus. Sah nice aus.
A little hint of it in the trailer too. It's been a pet project for us, right? We've always wanted to do third person, and all while we're working on all this other stuff, we've been kind of lifting up and doing third person in each mode. And the cool thing is that it's a modifier on our game, right? We can just turn on third person. In the beta, we're playing it in Hardpoint, but we want to try it post-launch in S&D. We want to try it in VR, and we have, you know, camera work. The camera collision's been reworked. It handles tight spaces. There's a water camera. There's an interior camera. You can feel the weapon shake.
Ja, und das ist natürlich ganz neu. Ein Dritte-Personen-Modus, wo du in der dritten Person spielst. Das gab es, glaube ich, bei COD noch nie, glaube ich. Krass.
This is a lot of information, Steph. Like, there's a ton here.
I tried to warn you. We're delivering a lot of new features for you guys to try out ahead of release. And I said we were going to be bold with this beta, and we are, but there's even more to come at launch. So this is just a taste.
How is this just a taste? How can there be even more? I mean,
we haven't even got to Warzone yet.
Not even, okay. Okay, so what about this year's third mode?
So I'm happy to say that Special Ops will return as our third mode, and will be focused on 2-player missions, asymmetrical in game design. So think 1 player on air support, 1 player on the ground, and I think the OG fans will be really excited because we've looked at, you know, some of the iconic Modern Warfare missions like Overwatch, and really tried to implement some of those themes into the design. So we'll be talking more about Special Ops in the months to come.
Steph, you're saying I should be looking now for a Special Ops partner?
Sitting right next to you.
Yes, you are indeed. Well, I'm all set then, Stephanie. I do believe we have one more surprise for PlayStation players out there. What's that?
Indeed we do. Let's roll the clip.
Empty-handed, I was born. Empty-handed, I will ascend. Blade or bullet, fist or bow. Spear, stone, or arrow. These are merely tools. I am the one to fear.
Take Miles ISO.
Fix your mic.
PlayStation players will receive an exclusive operator, Oni. Oni is a warrior and gun for hire, descended from centuries-old samurai clan and torn between country.
Ja, ich glaube, dass dieser Special Ops Modus auch sehr interessant sein könnte. Sah ihm auf jeden Fall nice aus. Ich glaube, Special Ops gab es auch schon in den alten CODs teilweise. Sah gut aus. Und es stand auch eben so ein Bild, was man sehen konnte, da stand auch fett drauf. MW2 und Warzone 2.0.
For this game, and it's been really awesome to see our narrative team building out his lore, really bringing this operator to life with the creation of his backstory.
Was geht, Mido? Moin moin, willkommen im Stream, Bro.
I think the art team absolutely crushed it with this skin. He is so cool looking.
All right, Steffi, we keep talking about all the things that we have to look forward to, but we are missing quite a big one here. We're missing the start of the beta.
Also die erste Meinung zu MW2 und Warzone 2. Es gab eben ein paar Bilder, sieht ziemlich geil aus. Ziemlich geil aus. Man konnte so ein paar Bilder sehen, müsstest du den Stream zurückspulen ein bisschen. Da gab es ein paar Trailer. Aber ich bin positiv überrascht auf jeden Fall, Mido. Sieht sehr geil aus bis jetzt, ja.
Since here's exactly when you can play the beta on your platform of choice. But don't forget, friends, it's also definitely worth noting that if you pre-order the Vault edition of Modern Warfare 2, you get to use the red Team 141 Operator Pack and the FJX Cinder Weapon Vault in the beta, in addition to being able to earn in-game rewards for playing all sorts of cool swag. And don't forget that if you digitally pre-order Modern Warfare 2, you also get up to a week early of campaign access. So wait, campaign a week early. All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed that first look at Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. Don't forget, you're going to get to see it live and in action in a few short minutes with our crazy set of streamers here, 200 plus here, and ready to rock and roll. But first, we'll be right back to show off the world premiere of Warzone 2.0. Don't go anywhere.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Mountain Dew, official drink of Modern Warfare 2. Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 2.
Schön Werbung.
HyperX, official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. Play like a pro on the big screen with 144Hz VRR and AMD FreeSync, now on TCL's 6 Series TVs. Prime Gaming. Visit gaming.amazon.com today and start claiming your free content.
It's about to be a classic. We have 200 creators here on site, marching down the green carpet with one mission in mind: to be the first players to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
This one you gonna have to do.
There is so much in this game. There is almost too much.
This is like one of those days where I enter and my hopes are so high.
And what are you looking forward to most when it comes to Warzone 2?
Prisoner rescue.
I'm looking forward to using that inflatable soldier decoy to mess a lot of players.
Kill streaks, I think.
I'm honestly here just to learn as much as I can to prep for Old Men of Optic, because those guys are very old now.
So maybe some OG maps coming back.
A map that everyone can play.
Honestly, give me a broken shotgun.
What's your favorite game mode and Mountain Dew flavor combo?
Search and destroy Code Red.
Capture the flag, Code Red.
If I'm going hard with the boys on a long night at S&D and I'm trying to get some nasty in-game comms, I'm drinking Baja Blast all night.
Terminal or high rise?
Easy terminal.
Ooh, terminal.
Most Terminal, geile Map.
Terminal nostalgia.
Terminal.
Terminal, 100%.
I just replayed that recently and I realized it's...
Also Chat, kennt ihr noch damals die Map Terminal? Das war die beste Map damals, Terminal. Schön im Flughafen drin.
I've grown up on Code Red, so it's still Code Red for me.
Honestly, I like the basic one, just Mountain Dew itself.
Dang, I was gonna pick Code Red too.
Can I get a second one?
All right.
Baja Blast.
Starting October 17th, unlock dual double XP, COD points, and also an exclusive Mountain Dew skin in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when you buy specifically marked Mountain Dew.
You thinking you getting me? Is you kidding me? Ripping everything that I'm seeing and never show you.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. The Mountain Dew green carpet. God damn, it was beautiful. A lot of fun people out there. Everyone having a good time. And some incredibly well-dressed people out there. And some definitely not. Sweaty T-shirts abound. But here we go. Welcome back to Call of Duty Next, friends. We promised it was coming up, and now the wait is over. It is time to talk about Warzone 2.0. We got a glimpse of some Warzone 2.0 in the multiplayer.
Jetzt wird über Warzone 2 geredet, Chat.
It does look awesome. However, we need some true experts to help out. Back at the desk here, we have got Stephanie Snowden. Josie Scott is joining us. But of course, welcome Jack O'Hara, game director at Infinity Ward. Joe, how are we feeling? We ready to party here? I mean, this is a lot. We need to know everything.
Für Vorbesteller heute Nacht um 12 Uhr normalerweise Pizza Budi.
Up here revealing Warzone 2.0. I ended up at IW as a fan of the game, and so this moment is absolutely bananas for me. But Warzone 2.0 is everything that we loved about the original Warzone, right? Where it's based on the same experience that we all had, that fun, all of those moments, and it's a return to shared tech across the universe for Modern Warfare 2, and that's going to create a really streamlined player experience. And I think the key innovations that we discussed for multiplayer, those all exist across Warzone 2.0 as well. So we're bringing it back. It's all connected. It's the same world, and I think the players are going to love it.
Oh my good God. Real excited about this one. Again, there's a lot in this one, Jack. Where do we go from here?
So MW2 and Warzone 2 have been developed side by side since the beginning, right? Since we started down this road, and they're part of the same universe. Like Stephanie said, they share the same mechanics, the same weaponry, and even more than that. But the centerpiece of all this, of course, is the new map that we've been working on since 2020 with teams across the globe. It brings together our philosophies on map design, it brings together new technologies in order to do it, and lots of artwork to make it happen. And we've learned so much from players experiencing Verdansk and playing in Verdansk over the first few years of Warzone, and we're really excited for them to land in Al Mazrah with their squad. There's a wide variety of
Jetzt wird nur über Warzone 2 geredet. Gleich kommt noch der Reiter, was ist neu bei Warzone 2. Wir gucken mal rein.
New map to explore and traverse. I cannot wait. Stephanie, let's take a look.
That's right, Miles. Welcome to Al Mazrah. This is our new map for Warzone 2.0.
So, Chat, das ist die neue Map. Ich habe mal ganz kurz eben pausiert. Airport wird es auch wieder geben. Port. Das ist die neue Map, Chat. Boah, sieht groß aus, sieht big aus. Man sieht fast nur Airport. Was von den alten Maps. Das andere sind alles neue Städte. Was sagt ihr zum ersten Eindruck, Chat? Wie findet ihr die Map? Sieht ganz gut aus, oder? Die Map heißt Al Mazrah. Al Mazrah. Komischer Name. Weiter geht's.
It is a really interesting mix of geography. It is expansive desert settings with a mix of industrial areas, towns, a city, and of course water. It looks way better on this screen than it did on Twitter. But you're gonna find a lot of really cool elevation, rocky peaks, caves,
Das Krasse ist auf der Map-Chat, wir haben hier überall Wasser zu sehen. Guckt mal das Wasser hier überall an. Das heißt, man kann entweder auch diesmal schwimmen, wie bei Blackout. Die Map erinnert so ein bisschen an Blackout, wenn ich ehrlich bin, vom Aufbau her. Da war das Wasser genauso wie hier gefühlt. Also das ähnelt echt ein bisschen wie die Blackout-Map von Black Ops 4. Und hier oben war dann quasi damals, wie nennt man das noch? Ich komme gerade nicht drauf. Die Sperre da, die Talsperre war hier oben. Und das Wasser lief genau hier unten auch längs. Genauso lief das da bei Blackout auch rum. Genau so. Und hier war der Hafen. Port ist, glaube ich, ein Hafen. Also es sieht wirklich ein bisschen aus wie Blackout. Hier ist auch die Brücke. Damals war hier der Leuchtturm. Das könnte auch wieder der Leuchtturm sein. Es sieht wirklich aus wie Blackout, die Map ein bisschen. Bin ich ehrlich.
Subterranean spaces. This map is beautiful, and it's actually the biggest BR map that we've ever made. And I am so excited for all of our streamers here to jump into Al Mazrah later today.
It's huge. Look at the size of that thing. Okay, so that was a big picture, and it's a great way to see it from a sort of top-down layout. But let's take a better look at some of these points of interest.
So when we set out to create these spaces, the team works to make it feel like a real space, right? So that there's infrastructure in between all the different, what we call points of interest along the map. And if you're paying attention, you might even see a few that seem pretty familiar out there as well. And so as the team works through these, they're trying to find some variety on each point of interest to make them something that the players will want to drop in and get the particularity of that single point of interest and find the place that they want to drop and where they want to play, whether it be a high elevation observatory at the center of the map, whether it be the big city that's up the top right, and whether they want to explore that, or whether they want to work in some of our POIs where we have water intersecting with geometry here. So we have in this one...
Oh, Airport! Flughafen! Geil!
And there's a river
Sieht
system
bisschen aus wie
that goes through all of
Verdansk.
this. So you'll be able to catch in a boat and drive between the different POIs. And here's one of our favorites, Sawa Village,
Alle
which
feiern das
is
gerade.
My favorite.
colloquially called Sunken Town.
Ja, unter Wasser, unter Wasser
so
Village.
you find me there.
Absolutely.
I'm curious what you guys
Geil.
think, Jack and Joe, on what the hot drop will be today, right? We've been talking about this the last couple of days. This is our first time seeing...
Also die Orte-Chat sehen mega nice aus. Es gibt auch ein Unterwasserdorf. Nice. Und Airport sah aus wie Verdansk früher. Sah richtig gut aus.
other people who are not us play Warzone 2.0, and so I'm just very curious where you think everyone's gonna immediately drop today.
I think so they're gonna drop to Observatory just to go back to home, you know, go have some fun.
They're coming home.
It's always nice. You're moving through the map and you kind of hit a spot and you're like, wait
I've been here before.
I know what this is. You have all these flashbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuggets in there for some old Modern
For that
Warfare
reason,
fans.
yeah, I'll say Corey. I think that's gonna pop off.
I think people will land around the edge so they stay in as long as possible in this match. But
smart.
We have some news for our edge of the map players coming up.
Ooh, all right, guys. Well, the map looks absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to watch our streamers here drop in early in an alpha build later on today. Okay, so moving on to the gameplay, we've got this beautiful space to play in. How do all of these multiplayer elements we've talked about a little bit earlier, how do they fit into Warzone 2.0?
And the super simple answer is all the stuff we talked about in multiplayer, the stuff you saw in the multiplayer trailer, that's all in Warzone, right? It's all integrated.
Man muss sich dran gewöhnen, nicht mehr Verdansk oder Caldera. Jetzt heißt die Map einfach Al-Masra. Al-Masra.
The slide, the dive, the water, like.
Und man kann schwimmen.
Yeah. Oh. This is a great taste of some of the water combat.
I can't wait to go full Captain Miller, you know, Apocalypse Now coming out of the water and knifing people. I mean, this just looks...
Da sieht man das jetzt, man kann beim neuen MW oder Warzone schwimmen. Warzone ist das ja gerade. Man kann schwimmen beim neuen Warzone. Geil.
I'm not even sure what caustics are. I have no idea, but it sounds great and it looks incredible.
You can see the armored patrol boat coming by there with its 2 turrets. There's some cool stuff.
So I'm glad you brought up vehicles. Steph, you touched on vehicles a little bit earlier. What can we talk about? You know, we've seen boats, we've seen tanks, we've seen all sorts. Jack, what have we got?
So we've implemented a new physics and handling model for the vehicles. So some vehicles are heavier, some will slide more, have more traction or less traction. And as you're driving them around and you're encountering them and other squads are playing with them, you can choose to shoot off the tires to kind of impact their handling. You can have them, they react to explosives differently based on their weight. So if you're in a heavy armored 4x4 and you get hit by an RPG, it's going to kind of bounce a little bit, but not quite take the hit as a small sedan. You can also choose with your squad to be rolling into a POI and somebody jumps out on the roof, somebody leans out the window, and suddenly you got yourself a lot of firepower driving into the POI. Of course, that vehicle needs to survive for quite some time in the map if you want to keep using it to go from point to point. And vehicles will run out of gas, or at least most of them will run out of gas, and then you can bring them to a gas station to fill them up. If your tire's been blown up, you can get out and repair it, or you can bring it to a gas station to get repaired as well. And of course, we've got, you know, water vehicles, we've got a small boat, we've got the boat that Joe mentioned with the turret at the front, turret at the back, so you can have that little moment cruising up the river with your whole squad ready to rumble. So yeah, there is so much love that's gone into these vehicles.
Forgot the coolest vehicle.
The coolest vehicle?
The massive helicopter that you can fly around. And it's a moving platform with 3 doors. And you can move a whole squad through the map.
What?
Wreak havoc. It is so cool.
Oh my God.
I mean, the fact that you can lean out of the window, you know, grab your teammates, pile in a vehicle, actually, you know, engage in battle from the window, leaning out, shooting, combat.
Unless somebody blew off your door.
That won't.
That does complicate things, doesn't it?
PTSD from Joe killing me many times in our playtests.
Well, I hope the gas prices in Al-Maz are okay. I thought there's a lot going on in Warzone 2.0, and my head is quite frankly spinning. What other massive changes have we got in store? Because it feels like there's so much that's changed. Is it still a gulag? Do we still have circles? Is it still gas? I know there are guns, but do we shoot them? What's happening?
What do you want to jump into first? Oh, Stephanie, go.
We've made some pretty sweeping changes, I think, to the high-level components of Warzone 2.0 to continue providing players with both a dynamic and rewarding VR experience. But Warzone 2.0, you're going to hear it over and over again today. It's about fun. This is about playing with your friends, having fun, you know, friends new and old. Maybe you're making them in game. And I think one particular feature that I cannot wait to see the streamers engage with will be our prox chat.
Yes!
So it's coming. It will be in Warzone, and there is going to be some amazing clips. But I think Joe can tell us a little bit more about looting in Warzone 2.0. I'm listening to that.
The streamers love prox chat.
They're like, yes!
You know, in looting in Warzone 2.0, we still have the humming crates. You know, you can still travel around and listen for those. We still have the loose loot on the ground, but we wanted to add a layer of learnability and logic to our looting, right? So if you're outside, if you're a little kid, you fall down, you hurt your knee, and your mom's going to go inside, go to the medicine cabinet and get you something to a Band-Aid, Neosporin, whatever. So that's our looting. If you need health items, you can hit a bathroom in a building and there'll be a medicine cabinet. You can open it up. If you want to get loadout items, there are these hidden caches throughout in between the POIs that are in ground, and you can memorize where they are because they're always there. So you can kind of start to develop these paths through the map of how you loot. And there's this logic applied to looting. You know, you can find toolboxes that'll have grenades and things in them. And you find these other crates that are kind of like, it's as if the military that occupied the space came through and dropped off military items. Those crates are always there. So you can always have this reliable layer to looting.
Incredible. This sounds really exciting. We go on a road trip through Al Mazrah, quite literally like have a route we plan, hit the gas station,
pick up
gas
snacks.
up, yeah, pick up snacks, pick up ammo and all sorts. Okay, cool. So what about circle mechanics? I mean, this is obviously a huge component of BR's, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, the circle's been a staple of BRs. It's been really hard to move away from it. So we kind of talked about what could we do to mix things up with the circle. So we've got this new mechanic where the circle can actually split, almost like a cell splits into 2, 3, or even 4
Das kann sich splitten wieder.
And then those circles kind of close down. And what it does is it segregates teams, and you have these micro battles.
Boah, das Gas, das kann sich einfach splitten in mehreren Zonen. Guckt euch das an, Chat. Was ist das denn? Boah, Shepard. Boah. Geil.
You have that final fight. So it's another kind of like twist in the gameplay that we feel like is a cool world event that would happen. Like, oh, the circle's splitting. We need to do X.
Crazy. Get in the car. We're going now. Go. All right. So apart from circle splitting, what about the Gulag? Is that still around? I mean, there's so much change, man. I mean, I'm ready for it, but Joe, what do we got?
The Gulag, you know, we've been experimenting with, we've tried some crazy things with the Gulag. But the current version of the Gulag that we have running right now, we're excited people to play, is you're not in there alone. You actually have this temporary alliance with another opponent in the map, and you have to work together, and if you can defeat the other team, you can get out. And after that, you guys are enemies again. But for that moment...
Muss beim ganz kurz meinen Streamtitel, ich habe da live drin vergessen. Geht sofort weiter, Chat. Kleinen Moment. Sorry.
It's like, all right, we need each other. Let's do this. You use the proximity chat to talk to each other. And the other thing we've been playing around with is you may see a little bit of an AI presence in the Gulag. So you have to be on your toes. Like, you're working with an enemy. There might be an AI here. You're picking up weapons. And we're excited for people to try it.
Yeah, we're gonna get feedback today too, and like Joe said, we've been through some pretty wild iterations of the Gulag, which I will not reveal here, but there's a lot in store.
There certainly is a lot in store. Jack, I have heard of a new concept coming to Warzone 2.0 called Strongholds. That will include AI that may impact how players get their weapons, etc. Can you clue me into what that's all about and if it's even true?
Absolutely. So strongholds are reinforced buildings that the AI is occupying inside Al Mazrah in BR. And the players can choose whether or not they want to engage with them and assault them to get cool rewards, including free loadout items, which is one of the new ways that we're adding for players to get their hands on their best weaponry. We've worked really hard to bringing AI at scale into Warzone 2, and you're going to encounter them in multiple modes in different ways. In BR specifically, they're in these strongholds, and if you get to a stronghold, you can find the location of a black site, which is going to have even cooler stuff in it, and you can fight your way from one to the next. But in other modes, you're going to find the AI occupying large portions of the map and just kind of protecting different POIs in different ways.
Unreal. Okay, so we've all heard the rumors that Warzone 2.0 is going to have some very, very interesting new modes. Would you care to confirm or deny Stephanie Snowden?
It's finally time. I have read about some new modes on the internet recently, but one of the most exciting things about Warzone 2.0 is confirmation that an all-new sandbox experience is coming at launch. I am happy to announce DMZ, Call of Duty's extraction mode, will arrive with Warzone 2.0 at launch later this year. I played DMZ for the very first time on my first day at IW, and to this day, playing it nonstop, the possibilities with this game mode blow my mind.
So DMZ. I can also confirm that DMZ is real. But we're not going to go into depth on it today because we do have to keep some stuff in reserve. What I can tell you, though, is we've created a rich sandbox where you can define your own win condition. You infiltrate Al Mazrah, you accomplish your goals, and then you decide to extract when the time is right. It is played across the whole map, and the AI is occupying large sections of the map, and they are lethal opponents, and they do command your respect. You have to watch out for them. You have to work with your team. They patrol areas, they occupy strongholds, and they'll reinforce based on players' actions. And then on top of all this, you can choose which mission you want to accomplish, or you can chase after a variety of activities in the world. And you can play this differently depending on your playstyle. You can go loud, like I always do. You can go quiet, or you can hunt other players or avoid them entirely. Or you could just decide, hey, I'm going to explore the secrets of Al Mazrah and see what's there.
Loot up, exfil. It's totally up to player choice there, and I'm really excited about the full scale of what we're delivering for this chapter. And we want
Ich küsse dein Herz, Dennis. Bro, was geht, man?
We've been listening to the conversations in the community, specifically around small maps, Ricochet, anti-cheat, ranked play, and beyond. And trust me, although we're touching on some of the core updates to the overall Warzone 2.0 experience today, and mostly focusing on BR, there will be more news to share over the coming months. This is only the beginning for Warzone 2.0.
Okay, I need Warzone 2.0 and DMZ in my life ASAP. Stephanie, when?
Warzone 2.0 will be free to play for everyone on November 16th.
16. November kommt Warzone 2 raus.
Modern Warfare 2. Mark your calendars. That's about 2 weeks after after Modern Warfare 2 launches. And we had 125 million players in the original Warzone. And I cannot wait to see all of you and hopefully more of you in Al Mazrah for this experience.
And you will have a chance to see a Warzone 2 Battle Royale Alpha playtest happening right here behind us very, very soon.
Yeah, the streamers are hot to trot. They're raring to go. We will see all of you in Al Mazrah on November 16th. But don't go anywhere just yet. Stick around, because when we come back, you'll see just what Warzone looks like when it's built up from the ground for mobile. You're not going to want to miss this, I promise. Then, after that, we have live gameplay coming at us with all of our friends set up across each and every Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. We've got Warzone 2.0, Battle Royale, we got Warzone Mobile. It's all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go too far.
Call of Duty next, brought to you by the GMC Hummer EV pickup, the world's first all-electric super truck.
Bisschen Werbung.
Intel, built for the next generation of gaming. Squad up sooner with Xfinity rewards. Get early access to Modern Warfare 2's open beta. Jack Links, squad up with Sasquatch. Jack Links is good with it. Eureka Ergonomic, leading designer in gaming furniture and proud partner of Modern Warfare 2.
Also so viele Sponsoren möchte ich auch gerne haben, Chat. Oder? Jeder von euch, oder? Oha! Boah, das ist genau wie damals in Verdansk. Oh, was ist das, die Teilsperre? Das sieht genauso aus wie bei Dings, bei Blackout. Teilsperre oben. Das meinte ich ja eben noch. Was geht, Hakan? Was geht, Mann?
What a jam-packed day we've had here so far. We got Warzone 2.0 and Modern Warfare 2 already good to go. But finally, we're hitting something new here, coming into mobile. We got Warzone Mobile 2 here for you. It's me, Beef Mommy, and I couldn't be more excited to be here with none other than Chris Plummer. And Chris, what do you have for us today?
That's right. Today we are proud to introduce Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
Yeah.
This is the real thing and it's on your phone. For the first time ever, you can
Ah, jetzt nicht böse gemeint oder so. Oha, ist das Verdansk?
Let me quickly point out the gameplay you're seeing today, it's still alpha. So it's only
Da war gerade das Stadium zu sehen.
And for Warzone fans, you will recognize this
Ist da Verdansk, oder?
I mean, honestly, it just gives me so much nostalgia. But wait a minute, Chris. Is that the legendary Verdansk?
Ja!
You know, this is where Warzone gameplay was born.
Oh, Mobile, Verdansk drauf.
Verdansk map to mobile for the very first time from its hallmark vistas and these dense urban areas.
Das ist Verdansk.
Just so much fun to play in. Wide open fields, ready for battle. And intimate, close quarters, combat environments. There's so much variety in Verdansk. It's famous for good reason. Teaming with fan favorite locations like Boneyard and Superstore, even TV stations.
So, TV station.
Classic Call of Duty Warzone flashbacks here. Can you tell us more about the gameplay? Or, you know what, maybe just give me your phone real quick. Maybe I can see for myself. No?
You know, the team has a passion for delivering the most authentic Call of Duty experience possible for mobile devices. From the way you aim and move to the weapon handling and the control responsiveness, all these critical little details combined.
Problem ist halt, für Mobile interessiert mich nicht so. Also ich bin kein Handyspieler leider. Aber Verdansk geil, das geile Flashbacks, Mann.
Sounds. All those essential little touches are smooth and accurate. It's about creating an experience that's so true to form. You can imagine feeling that dirt compressing under the soles of your boots with every move. Or imagine those tiny shockwaves of recoil moving through your entire body with every shot. In Warzone Mobile, these are the kind of details that we care about that make the combat feel airtight and authentic.
That makes me really emotional, Chris. And you know, it sounds like everyone's paying attention to detail and it's finally paying off. Now, when I think of Call of Duty Warzone...
Also ich bin ehrlich, ich bin Superstore mal dann geflogen, wenn es krachen sollte. Und es hat da immer gekracht. Es hat immer gekracht in Superstore, immer.
For example, when you're out there exploring the map and evading the gas circle collapse, you can try to sneak up on another player and pull off a finishing move. It's like ultimate bragging rights. And if you're feeling more strategic, you and your squad, they can complete contracts, use that cash at buy stations. There's a ton of variety there, including lots of different abilities like bringing back a fallen squad mate. Now, that contract economy, it adds a ton of depth and strategy through risk and reward.
I really like that you brought that up because if you're talking about risk and reward, I think about the kills.
Was geht, Dennis? Was geht, Mann?
Are they going to be there too?
Yes.
Keine Leaks hier, keine Leaks, Dennis? Du weißt?
It's going to be there, especially kill streaks. This means you can deploy your big stick of choice like, you know, a precision airstrike. You might be able to wipe out an entire squad with it. So not so fortunate for them, but they're not necessarily down for the count either because we have the gulag. So here players can fight for a second chance. So when you go down, you get to fight one-on-one with another down player, and you can earn your way back into battle. This is how Warzone Mobile plays out on a truly massive scale, unlike anything we've ever played on mobile before. For this reason, we're pushing way past the envelope on high player counts to make sure each match is jam-packed with our signature style of combat. So we are supporting up to 120 live players in the single.
Also sie werden schon allein mit COD Mobile so viele Spieler zurückgewinnen, nur wegen Verdansk. Krass. Nur deswegen werden so viele wieder zurückkommen.
They're usually loaded up with boring bots.
Well, we believe it's critically important and
bots?
A lot more fun to play with real, live, human opponents. And that is our focus. So for anyone who's tired of playing with nothing but bots, we hear you. We're talking up to 120
real players.
Ready to hunt.
Es gibt keine Bots, Chat, das ist die Bestätigung, es gibt real players.
That is Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
Okay,
and
Mobile.
we hear you in the crowd. Everyone's excited, and absolutely it is huge. And I don't think there's a game on mobile that can top that. In terms of real player content.
Ja, ich hab's gehört, Hakan, das ist richtig geil, dass es in Warzone 2.0 auch 3 Circles gibt. Mega geil. Sehr interessant auf jeden Fall.
I've never seen in other Battle Royale games on mobile because Warzone Mobile is running on advanced, unified Call of Duty technology. This is the same shared tech behind the console and PC versions of Warzone 2.0. It gives us a ton of advantages, like these incredibly high player counts, authentic Call of Duty combat and gameplay systems, and it opens the door to a much more connected experience across all platforms.
So when you say more connected, does that mean that Warzone Mobile will share content and features that will be in the console and PC version of Warzone 2.0?
Exactly. Delivering a deeply connected experience, it's been a strategic pillar from the beginning of development. Now, we know that your time is precious, and your investment in playing is now recognized across Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2.0, and Warzone Mobile. So wherever you're playing Call of Duty, it is time well spent, including on mobile. Even your friends list and chat are shared across platforms, so you can stay in touch with your friends, whether they're playing on console or PC or mobile, wherever they choose to play.
I mean, that is so exciting. I totally get that.
Now, one of the coolest benefits of having this kind of connectivity is that Call of Duty Warzone Mobile is loaded up with the same authentic Call of Duty weapons and...
Und ich schwöre, würden sie jetzt noch verkünden, dass es auch die Map Verdansk wieder zu spielen gibt in Warzone 2.0, also 2 Maps, boah, was glaube ich, da wäre die Hölle jetzt los.
On your mobile device too, and the other way around works as well.
I really love to hear that. And as a matter of fact, I saw some of the same weapons and operators being shown earlier today in Call of Duty Warzone 2.0. Are you aiming to make it exactly the same on all platforms?
You know, that's a great question. See, the team's incredibly excited about how deeply connected and authentic the experience is in Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And we'll continue to adapt the best content and features and innovations created across the franchise. But at the same time, we recognize that mobile...
Racer, die würden in der Halle alle komplett ausrasten, wenn sie den Namen Verdansk hören würden, wenn es in Warzone 2.0 auch geben würde. Oh Mann. Stell dir vor, Mann.
Duty franchise pretty nicely. And will there be mobile-specific events or content that is unique to Warzone Mobile?
Yes. Above all else, the team is committed to ensuring Warzone Mobile is a world...
Ja, und das finde ich auch gut, Hakan, dass es auch unter Wasser jetzt mal, endlich unter Wasser auch mal Kämpfe gibt. Wie ein Blackout damals. Mega geil.
Intuitive and, you know, native to the platform. A lot of it comes down to tuning. And this is why we're supporting synchronous crossplay between iOS and Android platforms exclusively on mobile. And we're avoiding the imbalance that comes with crossplaying between mobile devices and consoles or mobile to PC. This allows our teams to deliver the best possible mobile gameplay experience with a unified feel. And by doing this, we don't need to compromise the tuning for any platform. This ensures a level playing field and more fun for everyone. Now, keeping those controls balanced for all player types, it's super important. So whether you're the hardest of hardcore mobile pros, or maybe you're a console first player that's sneaking in an extra match during your lunch break, even brand new players to the franchise who need a little help getting into the flow of the game, we are committed to providing the most robust control options anywhere for a pick up and play experience that's accessible to all of our players.
I love that accessibility, and that means all my friends can get in on the action for a change, but how do they sign up?
Well, it's time to get your mobile devices ready, because I'm super excited to announce that starting right now, you can pre-register for your free download in the Google Play Store. Signing up means that you can be among the first to play when the game launches next year. We look forward to seeing everyone in Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
With that being said, hey, we got Ferg on the horn, and I think he's literally the first one to pre-reg. Ferg?
Hey guys, Ferg here, and I am thrilled to be one of the first to pre-register for Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And now, you can too. Scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen to be among the first to drop. Tell your friends, because the more pre-registrations we drive, the more rewards we can earn, like special weapons, vinyls, and emblems. Plus, if we reach the top milestone of 25 million pre-registers, we're going to unlock a super cool secret reward you're not going to want to miss. What are you waiting for? Sign up using the QR code below.
Warte, wenn man PS mit Android zum Zocken kann, dann heißt es doch automatisch verdankst bei Warzone 2 oder wie? Ich glaube, es kommt auch so. Also, so wie es da gerade eingeblendet worden ist, glaube ich es wirklich auch. Oder? Oder nicht?
Dude, mobile, bro. It's a new era of Call of Duty.
Listen, Miles, I've been addicted to Call of Duty for over a decade. You're telling me I could be in the airport playing Warzone now? Back in Verdansk? That's lit. Also, Al Mazrah looks absolutely incredible.
Oh, it's insane. There's no shortage of crazy stuff coming my way. Ali,
Yeah.
I mean, lay it on me. Multiplayer for Warzone, for Modern Warfare 2, insane.
It's incredible. We actually got to load up with some of the players yesterday in a little bit of a pre-test, and loading into Gunsmith 2.0 was actually so aesthetically pleasing, and I think everybody at home, once they also get their hands on it, they're going to love it just as much as we do here.
Truly. Maven, my good friend, you've played more Warzone than most people on the Northern Hemisphere. How
Yeah,
you feeling?
8 hours a day for years, it feels like. It just seems fresh, man. The map, like everything about it, triple circles, the water, the boats. I mean, I was like kind of the proximity mine king for a while there, placing them under vehicles, trying to blow them up and set booby traps. And now you're telling me I could do them in not only land, but also the sea. I'm with it.
It's going to be something, man. We really have seen a lot so far today. We've seen, Warzone Mobile, of course, multiplayer there, and a bit of Warzone 2.0. Cannot wait. But, guys, it's time to get into business. Let's now get into the command center. This is it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the command center, presented by Xfinity Rewards. We're going to be rolling the show through all day today. Xfinity customers, they can start playing Modern Warfare 2 sooner with Xfinity Rewards. Visit xfinity.com/rewards to get your code for early access to the open beta. It's free and it's easy to join. Guys, I mean, every time I sit down, I take a breather, I'm like, there's so much. But first and foremost, guys, before we get into this one, there's so many streamers here. We need to give a big shout out to Intel, who's powering all of the streaming PCs here today. Massive shout out to those guys. Clint, there are 2 PCs on every desk. Explain.
I couldn't believe it. Cloaksy is here. Like the fact that he actually made the trip out. I figured they have to have something special.
Junge, diese ganzen PCs dann, ne? Jeder hat ein eigenes Setup da. Jeder Streamer hat ein eigenes Setup bekommen. Das beste Setup, was es gibt, ich schwöre.
Ridiculous. We're actually almost ready to get into the gameplay, guys. I mean, Ali, you teased it a little.
Yeah,
you
just
played,
a little.
A little, yeah? We played a tiny bit.
I could have an accent, too.
Did. I'm getting mocked here. My bloody desk. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday.
Yes.
It was pretty fun. But now we get to watch 200 streamers, some of the world's finest, quite literally from almost every part of the planet, coming together here in this crazy top secret location. What can we expect?
It's going to get loud. It's going to get incredibly loud. Yesterday it was loud, and I believe like not even everybody had shown up yet. So now that we have a full building of all of these creators, all of these PCs, I'm expecting people to get up and start screaming, Miles. It's going to be insane.
Clint, we heard Courage from like headphones on. He can be heard from space.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like Bobby.
Die haben da alles. Die haben da ein Stream Deck. Die haben da alles von Elgato. Alles.
My boy Tyler Blevins, Ninja here as well. But like, I think this is a testament to how pumped up everyone gets about Call of Duty every year. Like the fact that there are this many big name streamers in attendance. We're going to see some incredible gameplay, go through the various modes. I mean, this is going to be a real treat. It really is.
I mean, and you've been around a long time in the Call of Duty world. In this venue right now, we've got streamers and players from, all across North America.
Muss ein Traum sein. Muss ein Traum sein, ja.
Japan, Australia, you name them. We are all over here. Mobile players everywhere. Yeah. How do you describe the vibe in the room right now?
I mean, it's just incredible. It's a bunch of homies who love Call of Duty all in one room getting ready to grind. And, I was talking to them earlier. I was walking around doing the round saying what up to everybody. They're going hard, right? Like, I was talking to some of the Warzone guys, Repos. He's like, I'm here to fry. Zuma's ready to go. So I'm interested to see them with these new weapons and the gunsmith, what they come up with, especially our new game modes like Prisoner. It's going to be lit.
Listen, as much as they're here for their love of Call of Duty, they're also here because they want that banger clip. Like, everybody wants, like, you're trying to go out and fry some of these big names, get a clip out on social, your YouTube, whatever it's going to be. So, yeah, I'm sure people are going hard in the paint or falling to their desk at their Tim. I'm sure we're going to have a couple of those.
We'll go a little bit of that later on. I think we're actually ready to hop into gameplay. Dr. Lupo, one of our first here, and he's already down and out, but we are playing, I believe this is Hardpoint and Mercado, nameless.
Yeah, I didn't get to play this map yesterday, but one thing I just want to point out with this game is it's a lot more vibrant than some of the MW games that we've had in the past. There's so many more colors, and that's something that I always enjoy, especially with Call of Duty, is when it's more vibrant and you can see more on the map.
I think sometimes you go dev to dev, and it's like you have like your more realism, like your grays and brows. Some will have a little bit more color, but like this map in particular, the second we saw like the fly-through.
Ich will da viele sehen bei MW2 ohne Cheats. Ich bin da gespannt, wie das da abläuft. Da wollen wir mal gucken, wie gut sie doch alle so sind.
But it's just aesthetically pleasing. It is.
It's very, very pretty. That is, of course, Dr. Lupo. You can watch him stream this live. Every single member
Ach, die spielen schon!
The crazy, I don't even have a name for it, the stream pit here.
Ja, die spielen jetzt ja schon alle, die ganzen Streamer. Die dürfen jetzt ja schon spielen und übertragen. Die dürfen jetzt hier Open Beta übertragen. Die dürfen jetzt schon spielen.
First hopped on yesterday, the movement felt so much different than Call of Duty's in the past. You know, it's not that slide cancel. You got to complete your slide. The dive mechanic, it plays out so much different when you're going into a gunfight. You can dive out of a window. Miles, it was a lot of fun. We were getting into the mix.
We really did get into the mix. I'm going to tell this now on air in front of God knows how many people, but last night, Ninja wasn't in the venue. I played on his setup. He wasn't quite here yet. And I found there is an in-game, like, whisper feature. So I was sending messages to other creators as Ninja, talking horrendous, man. Like horrendous trash talk. All very good-natured friends of mine, you know, but I'd be kind of weird to get that from Ninja, right?
Yeah, does Ninja know you did this?
He has no idea. I
walk up and slap him.
I walked past him today and I was like, good morning, dude, how you doing? He's like, hey, man. Not a single word. Ali, not a word.
Das haben ja schon viele damals gesagt. Das Menü ist mit das Wichtigste. Das Menü muss am Anfang gleich gut aussehen. Ja, wie gesagt, das war eben ein Trailer. Man wird nachher das Gameplay selber sehen, ob das gut ist oder nicht gut ist. Oder ob das wieder sehr viel vercampt wird. Das wird man sehen dann halt, ne? Aber ich bin auch mehr so der Fan von Warzone 2.0, bin ich ehrlich. Weil MW Multiplayer war noch nie so meins. Ich bin mehr so der Warzone 2.0 Fanatiker.
Listen, he is, as much as he's like a fun, good-loving, like everyone takes a Jack, it's just like this great-natured guy. He is one of the most competitive human beings I've ever met. Like, he gets pissed, bro.
Passion. Raging passion. And look, it's me on the right-hand side. No, it's not. It's me.
And I will have to say, to test to what Ant was talking about earlier, about the game mechanics, something else that I noticed that I don't feel like I felt in other Call of Duty games is how kind of realistic the movement with your gun is, if that makes sense. Like, there's obviously always going to be recoil, your attachment's always going to mess with that, but when you peek corners and stuff, the way your gun moves with you is very, very realistic, and I think that's going to be something a lot of these players are going to notice and have to get used to very quickly.
And you saw a taste there of when you're spectating a player, you get that kind of like over-the-shoulder, like tactical camera view, and it just adds this insane level of like, it's like realism, but like it just looks so exciting to watch. And when you're, enjoying like, maybe seeing your teammates play or whatnot, it just looks so cool. It's a nice new feature here in the game. And sorry, Clint, this is the new knockout mode. I don't think you might not know what this means.
I haven't seen this one yet.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
No. I mostly, I was watching some of the guys play. I just wanted to kind of live react and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much new stuff. Like, I've just been looking forward to seeing what's going to be on the table. But let's see if Jack can actually step up this time. No, not going to happen. Just getting destroyed. I'm sorry. Superior positioning, Jack. You are awful.
Was ein bisschen schade ist, sie zeigen nicht die deutschen Streamer, ne? Sie zeigen nur die ganzen amerikanischen Streamer da, aber nicht die deutschen.
It was something else. It was something else. It wasn't.
Oh, my sensitivity or something? What is it?
No, Jack. Wherever he's spectating is using my favorite SMG, by the way, too. And I think that's the Hurricane. The Hurricane.
What do you think, by the way, just about the changes to Gunsmith and now having 5 attachments and not having,
Yeah, so, I saw the rumblings on Twitter and stuff like that. I think it's amazing, though. I mean, when we jumped into Modern Warfare in 2019, when they introduced the Gunsmith, it was a lot to take in. But now everybody's familiar with it, especially grinding Warzone, switching up those attachments. And it's just a better version of that.
Seems like a good middle ground,
It's just a better version of that, right? Like, the gun moves around with you as you're in there. You can switch out all the different attachments. And, for the class of weapon that you have, like, you can change it up. You can turn an M4 into an SMG. Like, that's really cool.
Oh, that was nearly a snap.
That was nearly gross.
One of the all-time greats in the competitive Call of Duty world.
One of the maybe the,
if not the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it that way.
Like the all-time great.
Yeah, Ross, he's the greatest. But there we go. Swag now getting involved as well. And to your point, Ali, about Gunsmith, I mean, it's at this point in time obviously it's quite hard to recognize, but that is.
Ja, wie gesagt, ich habe damals den MW Multiplayer auch nicht so abgefeiert. Ich bin mehr so der Black Ops Typ, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 war ich so mehr so der Multiplayer-Fan. MW ist mir viel zu taktisch alles, wenn ich ehrlich bin. Viel zu viele Gebäude leider auch, wo man viele drin hocken können und so als Camper. Das feiere ich halt nicht. Wenn du meistens rush bist du der Dumme. Wie gesagt, ich bin mehr gehypt auf Warzone 2, wenn ich ehrlich bin. Auf den Multiplayer zwar auch, aber ich glaube nicht, dass ich den übertrieben feiern werde. Glaube ich nicht. Weil diese Map hier schon, wenn sie die gerade spielen, diese Map hier schon wieder, die ist so sie ist so wie nennt man das, verwinkelt. Überall sind Gebäude, Fenster, Türen. Weiß ich nicht.
You can make the jump. You can make it across like the map if there's tall buildings. You can make it across the map without ever having to touch on the ground. And I think for snipers, that is going to be their absolute playground.
Speaking of snipers, Pomage now, who's having a great time here. I mean, we've seen a lot, Clint, of the weapons so far, but surely a sniper.
Well, I heard Pomage too. Like I stepped up. I think it's when he was first walking in. He was walking with an Irrational into people, and he was like, I'm going hard, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I'm going hard. I could just hear, like, the competitiveness in him.
He's
looking
hard.
right.
And this Knockout game is not going very well.
Ja, ich habe meistens auch immer Multiplayer nur gespielt, um Waffen freizuschalten, um sie zu leveln oder um irgendwas zu erspielen. Aber ich habe es nie gespielt, weil ich da Sucht drauf oder den Suchtfaktor hatte oder so. Ich habe es wirklich nur gespielt, auf Vanguard oder so oder Cold War, nur um Waffen zu leveln. Sonst nicht. Und BO4 und BO3 habe ich gezockt, Multiplayer, weil ich Bock drauf hatte.
Do you see the gloves on the thumb?
Yeah, they're
professionals, true professionals.
Wait, I probably need to get this. I've been playing some COD Mobile, Diablo Immortal. Like I've been grinding more mobile games. I have my iPad and I'm loving it. Do I need to get little thumb sleeves?
I think you should. Yeah.
You know, sometimes it gets a little bit slippery. I need thumb sleeves. What are they called?
I know.
Thumb sleeve.
You're in the right place to ask about that. There is an army of professionals.
I'm looking into that. No, that's actually an issue. It's like it's a little bit slippery, you know?
So they're playing some hardpoint here, and you know, obviously, us coming from the esports side of things, we love hardpoint. Miles, we were talking about this morning, when there's a hardpoint and there's some elevation above it, you can dive into it, turn around, land on your belly, and absolutely fry. So, you know, there are some movement mechanics for you speed demons out there if you want to make some plays.
Yeah, there's a lot of talks about, you know, the way slide works now, and of course the dolphin dive is back. I don't think we're not officially calling it the dolphin dive, because Joe's still calling it the dive itself. I mean, it's a really fun mechanic. It's fast. We get to see some gameplay with it. I've actually been walking around talking to some of the sort of the CDL pros, like, hey guys, try to stop sliding, try to dive a bit more.
Aber da links in der Killcam, in dem Killfeeds, da stehen auch nur, ist auch eine sehr schlechte Auflösung auch von dem Stream gerade, von den Übertragungen. Aber man sieht dann nur die englischen Spiele, aber nicht die deutschen, wie Stylers oder Kaiser oder King Phil oder so. Das sind nur die Engländer oder die Amerikaner drin. Wo sind die Deutschen? Hallo? Noisy sich da gerade, Noisy. Butters.
And we have
mechanic, look.
There we go, testing things out, trying to find the sneakiest, fastest way across the map.
I couldn't. I was trying to see if I could break the slide.
No slide.
Well, that works out. Yeah, look at her face. Ooh. She's just like going around testing out the movement. Someone just runs right in front of her. That works out. Give me a freebie.
You know what I'm noticing on this map that I actually like a lot? Not as many doors. Just running through.
Not as many doors, I think, in general, is the overall vibe. I mean, most of the maps we've seen so far, quite small, very fast-paced. Again, Jeff talking about that, you've got a very distinct feel. So it's like the battle map is very large. Way more intense action. Of course, there's like evasion stuff. 6v6 is a totally different flavor. I mean, that obviously excites us more than maybe it should most.
Oh, I mean, we love it, right? Like we're here to see people go hard, try to win, be competitive, and
okay.
Another thing, we're seeing a lot of elevation on some of these maps too. You know, snipers are going to be in heaven.
Yeah, I think it's max 2 stories, I believe. I could be completely wrong there, but
hit it. Hit it.
Also, look at that little stock.
Did you guys use the sniper yesterday?
Yeah, right?
No, I didn't.
I used it for a whole
the cutest little stock I've ever seen.
It was so fun.
I think we were in the same game.
Ich bin ja auch einfach gespannt in Multiplayer, ob es da auch gute Perks gibt. Ich war immer so ein Spieler, ich habe immer Perks geliebt. Ob du Totenstille spielst, dass man dich nicht hört, dass du sowas wie Akustik hast, dass man die Gegner besser hört. Das war halt bei BO4 immer so ein bisschen der Vorteil. Bei MW und so war das damals dann... Ja, da hast du Tonstille gehabt, aber das hattest du nicht dauerhaft gehabt. Das hast du nur so alle paar Minuten gehabt und das fand ich nicht so gut. Deswegen war halt MW damals nicht so mein Spiel, weil es die ganzen Perks halt nicht so gab.
You're going to get an ultimate perk as well, so it's actually it's completely new. They've redone it, and it's going to be sweet.
Well, the reason I think I haven't really played it yet to deal with it too much to see like how vastly different it makes the gameplay, but I know for a lot of us, when you're playing like the multiplayer experience.
Boah, das Menü, das habe ich halt gar nicht gesehen. Scheiße, Mann. War das gerade zu sehen, das Menü?
Figure that out in the first couple days or weeks of playing the game. Those are your perks. Now it's like, I feel like there's more decision making that goes into it, which I personally think is exciting. Now, I don't know what I'm going to be running.
Ja, ist Geschmack auf jeden Fall. Ich feiere mehr Black Ops-Teile.
You have your rusher, kind of your more stealth type player, your sentinel. Like they want to even if it's not like class-based per se, like they want to kind of funnel it with that behind the perks. But I think that's pretty dope.
But you can also make your own, so you can create it, pick your own 2 perks, your next one, and your ultimate, so you can, you know, figure out what you want. And it's just nice having like a rewarded game, especially when you're frying, getting that extra perk.
It really does, you know, change what you start off with a base 2.
Yeah.
You unlock 1 after, you know, a period of time. You get kills, you get points. You know, the game progresses slowly. So no matter how you're playing, you're going to get your perks eventually. But obviously, higher scoring game, you're going to get more. And it's just really interesting again. And the perks are almost tiered. And again, Jeff and Joe will come on the desk later on and talk about this in way more detail. But the idea that, like, yeah, the first 2 perks, they're fine. They sort of help out the gameplay. That mid-tier perk, way more sort of impactful. Yeah. And that final perk, like, kind of like the super perk. Yeah. That's not going to turn you into Captain America, but it is going to make you way more effective.
I kind of want to be Captain America.
We're spilling the beans right now. America, taking Jeff and Joe's thunder.
Oh nein.
Everybody's doing
It's a
pretty
close
okay.
game.
It's a close game. Aiden has 14 kills. I just saw the kill. When it comes to a game mode like search and destroy, like you have a traditional outer lane,
sorry.
and they have their hidden corners,
Aber
they have their ways, and then that
was auch krass ist, dass auch jeder Streamer das streamen darf auch, ne? Also jeder ist am Stream gerade von die da sitzen. Krass, Mann.
that there are. So this is probably one of my favorite maps that we are playing right now in the beta testing, and as you can see, everybody is having so much fun on it. I mean, 4 and 5, everybody's doing pretty okay. It's a close game. Aiden has 14 kills. I just saw the kill board. He's on the other team.
Naja, die haben ja Reichweite, ich weiß.
He's ready to get nasty. He's going in.
Oh, he's fully loaded. Look at the bottom. He's got all his.
Das ist eine scheiß Auflösung, Bro.
Quite literally.
Come on, Mason. Show me something special.
He is flying.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no!
That's the Fennec. I was loving that one yesterday.
Oh!
Symphonie.
That turns people in a super close range, but Pornyhoff just gave him the business.
Smoked him.
Nice try, Mason. We still love you.
Hurricane OP. Hurricane?
It's such a different look. Like when we're spectating these players and they're having gunfights, stuff like the way the player animations are, the sound effects, like the game has just been like it's everything we liked about MW19, all the stuff that was already there existing, and they've just been. I mean, it's Salt Bay right on top, just hammering away, sweet seasoning top to bottom. And it was a close game, and now it's done.
He looked very sneaky.
Hauptsache unten stand eben Report Player auf X drücken. Schön Report Player auf dem Event machen. Ja, moin.
Gotta give him a shout out. He's gonna be bunny hopping all day. We got Myth on the screen here. What's he using? M4, I think.
Again, looking at these weapons, you know it's an M4, but the configuration.
Ja, ist so, Hakan, ist so. Hab ich gerade auch gesehen.
The bigger sight, the double. I forget the name of it.
Sieht nice aus.
I like the extra zoom.
And of course, kill streaks, cruise missile back, a lot of fan favorites, Clint. I mean, everything you would expect from a Modern Warfare game is there.
We get to see one. Ah, that'll connect. Myth able to hit it. He's vibing right now. But it's crazy. Like, yeah, bottom right, you were kind of mentioning like how different the guns will look. The same type of gun is based on the attachments that it has. It's wild.
There's also in-game settings where you can make your gun a little more narrow, a bit wider, further away. I mean, there's options, you know, just create that sort of visual. Look, you want the game to be as appealing as possible for you. Maybe you don't want the gun to be so big to obscure the view. Maybe you're one of those players.
I'm always a fan of more settings, personally. Like, give me the option to tweak it how I want, right?
There's a lot of settings in this game.
I'm going to get lost in that for the entire first day, probably.
Once campaign hits, I'll spend about 3.5 hours messing with settings and then getting that first mission.
When I see Courage on a 5-streak, that pop up at the top of the screen, it might have Courage might be popping off. Oh, well, he just died there. So
ja, das ist doch dieser Swag, oder wie der heißt, ne? Das ist für mich auch ein krasser Cheater, wenn ich ehrlich bin.
Yeah, this sub looks like it's dominant.
Also, all the sounds and everything when you level up guns. Oh, yeah. Everything is there. I mean,
I wish everyone could experience just this environment, though. Like, as much as we're enjoying the gameplay and stuff, how cool it's been. Because, like, a lot of these content creators, like, they're friends or they're familiar with each other. They play games online. But, like, it's not often you get them all in one place like this. It has just been a vibe. Seeing everybody going up, some meeting for the first time. Like, I know Iceman and Isaac, we have interacted so many times on social. I've never met him in person, dude. We hugged for a solid 30 seconds. It was beautiful.
And it just shows like how hyped people get for Call of Duty. I was telling you, I was like, I can't believe I still get this amped for Call of Duty after over 10 years.
I don't think many things like bring everybody together like this. It is it's special.
The beta starts tomorrow, in case you've been living under a rock, or if you've just joined the stream.
one of the two.
One of the two. There's no in between. User interface has been completely changed as well. Dead silence available on that lower right-hand side. There's a lot more sort of clean changes. Of course, the menu system, which you might not have seen here on the main COD Next stream, but individual streamers seeing them going through weapon loadout, seeing the operators there. So many cool changes. A lot more of a streamlined experience. It's sexy. That's not a lot of ways to describe it.
I love that, especially like when you click start, you go and you look at your loadout, you switch weapons. It looks good. You can see everything. It's just right in front of your face. You know exactly what's there, digestible, and that's what you need. It's such a fast-paced game like Call of Duty. It's digestible.
I also quite enjoy that like it doesn't obscure too much of the in-game screen.
Yeah.
So if I'm hitting pause, I'm checking stuff out, I still have some kind of like situational awareness when I'm in-game.
Yeah.
And I will say in terms of balance of like ARs and SMGs, of course, this is all of our, like our first peeks into it, but they've looked pretty balanced so far. Like the SMGs have been absolutely disgusting up close, whether the AR gets first shot or not. And at long range, the SMGs haven't been ripping as well. The recoil gets insane at that sort of range. So I feel like it looks like the gun balance as well, regardless of your attachments and what configuration you end up coming with, is fairly much there.
I love that because I mean it just
Wie
feels
sie da alle
it
sitzen.
turns into this one gun that can do everything.
Yeah.
Right? And I think everyone appreciates a little bit of variety. Like an
Well,
AR
that's
feels like
quite
an AR,
literally
some
what
feels
this
like
game
a
is, because you could change your gun up to whatever you want, right? So
well, in a way, yeah. But like I think to Ali's point, like there seems to be a little more separation between your SMGs
like I
and
haven't
your ARs.
seen the do-it-all gun just yet.
No, I mean, we saw Aiden, of course, on the Mountain Dew green carpet, like, I want a broken shotgun. And I'm sure he can make it, but broken, we'll find out what that really means. Of course, as the game
like sawed off.
develops. He wants a sawn off that kills people across map, that makes them move real fast. I mean, hey, who knows? Gunsmith is crazy. 2.0 even crazier.
Well, I mean,
we'll see if he can do
it.
it.
Wild. I mean, no matter how much work has gone into this, we've got the nerds in the building, and this is where if anyone's going to test some stuff, find some weird combination that turns a shotgun into a sniper. This is the crew that's going to do it.
We've only scratched the surface.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
we've touched it for 20 minutes.
Of what people are going to do with this gun.
That's just not enough, is it, Miles?
Not enough.
No idea what these guys are going to come up with, but it's going to be crazy.
I need a good sort of 2 to 3 hours to really
look at Chef Tony. This is one of the most famous Italian men in the world. Makes a mean stromboli. We love him.
Metal boots on the building. He's got the M4.
Metal boots.
He's going to run this class setup from now until the next 2 years.
We're talking about it can be great to mess around with guns.
Oh, Chris Crowder. Listen, I'm not sure.
Diesen Zweck, den feiere ich überhaupt nicht, wenn ich ehrlich bin. Den mache ich überhaupt nicht, diesen Typen. Kein Sliden, oder? Slide-Canceln gibt's nicht mehr, aber Sliden gibt's doch noch. Kann man nicht mehr rutschen, doch, oder? Oder kann man auch gar nicht mehr rutschen? Also Slide-Canceln kannst du nicht mehr. Das heißt, hier kannst du nicht sliden, oder? Oder täuscht ich mich jetzt? Also Slide-Canceln haben sie rausgenommen, das weiß ich.
Oh, he's up. He's on his feet. He's on his feet.
The Goach.
Oh, man. We will be playing all day, friends, all day.
You know what? The iron sights here kind of clean.
Well, I think this is great, too, for a lot of, people like, you saw Zenny, you saw Crowder, for those who don't know, they work on the CDL side, they're really in the midst of stuff during the season. They don't get to come to stuff like this that often and see all these content creators. I imagine they're in heaven. I've seen some of the tweets, just having a blast meeting a lot of different people.
So as far as streaks goes, we haven't seen a whole lot. Obviously, cruise missiles there, counter UAV, a classic, VTOL's going to be back. Everything. I mean, the Juggernaut is I think it's the final one, and it looks crazy. And whoever that AFK player was, get a grip. You are live at COD Next. But yeah, there's a ton of cool stuff. And I mean, we're seeing Wilsons in there.
Aimbrot. Ich hatte den früher mehr geguckt, mit Marcel Scorpion so zusammen. Damals BO13 habe ich ihn viel gefeiert. Aber jetzt momentan von den deutschen Streamern, wenn ich ehrlich bin, gucke ich fast nur noch dieser King Film. Den gucke ich fast nur noch. Der ist mir am authentischen und ich weiß nicht, also ich feiere den am meisten. Aber ja, jeder hat seinen eigenen Geschmack da, glaube ich.
Can you hear the chain?
Yeah, that's like visualizing your ankles just tied to the desk.
They can wheel me in the chair, but it's hard to get down the stairs. Here we go, another cruise.
Redman, how we doing?
And what a shot. He got 2.
Hat over the headset.
He killed Nick Merckx.
Und dieser Bradman hier jetzt, den man gerade sieht hier, das soll ja auch ein absoluter Cheater sein. Keine Ahnung.
Nice.
What is that thing? The Fennec. Or it's a custom one.
Wait a minute.
Longer range, maybe? But that looks like the Fennec. Yeah, that's the Fennec iron sight.
That boy don't recoil.
What?
All right, Breadman's already found a winner.
Yeah, Bread's got it.
Oh my god!
It does recoil, but it doesn't.
But he's holding that thing down though. But,
Yeah, he's
all right, so going
he's
straight.
on mouse, obviously recoil, long range. You can manage them more, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot. He's just putting them down.
Yeah, cameraman, get in there real close. Show me the hands. Show me the hands. Oh, gun him.
So we played this map yesterday in the 3P mode. That was a lot of fun.
Museum, yeah, this is a lot of fun. We saw a top down of this on socials recently, but
there we go.
Yeah, give me the hands.
You hear how that sounds? So satisfying.
That sounds scary though. Yeah. You hear that? That better be on my team.
Okay, er spielt Maus und Tastatur.
I've seen though, like a lot of the tournament stuff where you're talking about mouse and keyboard players, like he is absolutely nuts with it. So not surprised to see him finding some wins in the long-range battles, but
I gotta see his recoil control.
So what do you guys think about all these maps so far? What's been your guys' favorite, Miles?
honestly,
yeah, it doesn't look like he's pulling down a whole lot.
Ey, das Mikrofon, was sie da alle haben hier auf den Tisch, ne, das habe ich auch hier unter mir stehen. Das ist auch von Hyper. Ich glaube, gut, Hyper ist auch Sponsor, ne? Also die haben all dasselbe Mikrofon, was ich ja auch habe von Hyper. Krass, sehe ich jetzt ja erst. Lul.
Snipers are going to have a lot of fun here. We played hardpoint on this map. We played prisoner rescue. Courage and I clutched up big time last night in like a 2v5. I had the prisoner on my back. I was sprinting. And I can hear Jack picking up 3-4 kills. Let's go, baby! Screaming. I'm
the
there
guy,
sprinting.
I'd be that guy on the team too. I'd be carrying. Yeah.
It was great. It was really great. We had a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool, you know, the opening breaks and stuff. Like
he's on a 15 streak, by the way.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he was frying.
He's literally annihilating the lobby. Yeah, let's stick with him. He's on 15 in a row. Another cruise coming in. Bang!
This is the Elgato replay of how this all started.
Oh, he gets 2 again. Just ripping him.
It's the same 2 people. No, sorry, this guy. Oh, it's a replay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Yeah,
he was on 15 in a row. I thought he got another one. I thought he wrapped his streaks.
It's all good.
Oh, dude, I basically just pulled a
Junge, was ist das für eine Waffe da gerade gewesen? Ich schieße in einer Sekunde 500 Kugeln oder was? Was ist das denn gewesen gerade für eine Waffe? Junge, wie hört sich die Waffe da an? Hallo?
Oh, so it's M4. His just sounds crazy. I think it's the dubbing of the audio.
It might be his stream, but either way,
it's his stream.
That boy is.
Junge, ist das für eine Waffe?
So, again, it's kind of cool to see there on the bottom side of the screen for a moment there how the perk system works. He's already at his second tier of perks, which I think was Spotter. 19 kills. Let's go, Breadman.
Also die Waffe hört sich wirklich Schmutz an, ne? Als ob das irgendwie, die Waffe irgendwie einen Soundbug hat oder so.
20.
He's farming.
Yeah, he's literally farming.
Somebody kill Breadman.
Wait, do you guys see the movement though that I was talking about? Like how when you're moving, like your whole body, like it's different than other Call of Duty games. It's very hard to put into words, but once you get your hands on this game, like you can tell everything moves with you. Like usually the gun's fairly stationary, but like everything is moving with you at all times.
And you can see it, so that's.
Aber er campt doch nur, ne?
For the hardcore players.
Er ist ja nur am Campen da um seinen Scheißraum. Er ist ja nur am Campen, Alter.
So it's a little bit different. When you play the 3P mode, you can get a better understanding of like how that looks, and you'll see that a little bit later today.
Just like the physics of the character.
The physics of the character has been reimagined, so it's different.
Yeah,
throwing those shoulders.
You got to be a little careful. I mean, everyone's like Shakira out there throwing the hips around. You got to be very. I mean, it's the animation.
I've been comparing
so
to Shakira, yeah.
I don't doubt that, but you got to look how smooth the animations can be, and it's been so much fun so far. Oh, is this what it looks like to be on the other side of the Breadman?
Yeah, that's what I was actually wondering.
Wait. We're gonna get up there and kick his ass.
Oh!
I think that was Breadman.
That was Breadman.
Yep, I believe
that was Breadman.
He's got 25 kills.
He's got that thing locked down.
Squid, get up there and get him. Just go back in there.
I mean, this is going on the timeline for sure. Redman's got clips for days.
I mean, Destroyer's calling the streaks to the SAE above.
What have we got here?
We got a sniper.
I just think about, imagine loading in, like trying to check everything out, run some different guns, and Breadman's just up top.
Yeah, no, he just
Ja, safe, Hakan, safe.
sent a word. Hit it! Ah! ADS not quick enough there. 2 posted up on the bridge, just shutting him down. But
so he has the pistol on Miles. Remember we were playing with it? We turned into a fully auto sub yesterday.
Yeah, thing.
Wait, what?
But yeah, so of course, Gunsmith is ridiculous. 2.0.
Yeah.
You can turn your sidearm into something pretty mean, and then of course the ledge hang mechanic. I'm hanging on ledge. Clint, you were singing the Spider-Man song earlier. Hey man, not too. If Spider-Man carried a Glock, yeah, maybe. It is crazy to see like how much damage you can do with that thing, and just, I mean, it's something that we have to learn now as Call of Duty players. I have to now look at funny ledges and see where players are.
Yeah. I was also trying out some of the field upgrades yesterday for the short amount of time that I did have. I tried the camera one. It was so interesting. Just like throw it down, go hide in a corner. You can see when they're pushing at you. It's
You hold your own. You hold your own flank at that.
Yeah, you got your own choke points.
That's great. And again, another thing. Oh! Oh, Isaac. He nearly got both of them there. And of course, Isaac, one of our streamers coming in from Europe, made the long trip across.
Yeah, I was wondering how many people we had here internationally. I've casted over him in a bunch of Warzone tournaments. He's made some deep runs. Guy's a monster. But as he's just trying to hit some snipes and try some of the different weapons out, Breadman's kind of been annihilated in the lobby. But there we go. Another shot gonna hit. Bang.
I'm already really liking the sounds of these guns. I'm liking the way the crosshairs look. Like, this is something I cannot wait to get. Oh, hello.
Breadman just got a 3-piece, and then Isaac followed up with the 4th in the feed. That was very satisfying.
Oh, yeah. They are just tearing them apart, it feels like.
Junge, hier gibt's so ein paar schmutzige Waffen. Gibt's hier aber echt, ne? Eben mit der anderen Waffe da auch schon. Was ist das hier, Bro?
So that little bad boy kind of gives you sort of a local sort of UAV, but the radius isn't obviously great. But hey, man, in a pinch, I'll take it.
Dude, look where that bullet hit. Just hit like right on the panel of the window, so the first shot didn't hit. Second one, that'll go through.
I was using this yesterday. It's a powerful shot. Got a couple collabs.
Somebody saved him!
Oh my god!
It was Breadman.
Oh my god.
Nick Merckx was trying to assassinate Isaac. All right, get us out of there. Over the crowd.
Here's the Fennec.
Die zeigen keine deutschen Streamer, ne? Keine deutschen Streamer zeigen die.
I mean, look how different this POV seems versus like the sniper POV.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're moving.
You're going.
That.
Oh,
wow.
Okay. Okay,
Die neue Grau.
Sean fries him. Again, this is that sort of idea of like the different, maybe not play styles, but kind of like player attributes here, what you're going for. You know, Crowder is obviously, he's way more aggressive, you know. He might be hitting flanks soon, but the way he's kicked himself out.
Whoa.
He's in the mix.
I think something that you could learn a lot, that all these creators are going to learn very quickly, is there a lot more paths on the map than you know about. Like, on this one specifically, behind Crowder, there's an underground passageway where one of the flags are, and, like, I didn't even know you could go down there. Like, I had to wrap the entire building before I figured out how to get underground. So there's a lot more angles and a lot more passageways than I think a lot of these creators are expecting, and that's why we're going to see possibly a lot more assassinations, possibly a lot more cruddy corners, and people just popping out of literally nowhere.
Crowder is locked in.
Ich bin jetzt ehrlich, ich hätte auch richtig Bock drauf gehabt, weil jetzt werden sie nur noch Gameplay von den Multiplayer zeigen, von den Maps und so jetzt hier ein bisschen, von den ganzen Streamern. Ich hätte richtig Bock, wenn sie das Warzone 2.0, wenn sie das auch ein bisschen zeigen würden. Aber ich glaube, wenn sie das zeigen würden, dann hätten sie schon zu viel gezeigt, glaube ich. Deswegen machen sie das nicht. Aber das wäre geil, wenn sie das einmal live zeigen würden, wie das Spiel auch im Livestream wirken tut und nicht nur auf dem Trailer, weil Trailer ist alles mit PC gemacht und so. Sieht immer alles viel besser aus als nachher im Spiel. Aber das hätte ich gefeiert. Schön Warzone, einmal so ein, zwei Runden, das hätte ich gefeiert jetzt, wenn ich ehrlich bin.
They want to drop bombs, they want to have high kill games, so some are going to find stuff they like, little combination they feel comfortable with, and they're going to send it, but Crowder, yeah, he's in the mix right now. Movement, I mean, he seems pretty comfortable so far. Just the little hop chows.
Yeah, the bunny hop
freebies.
Like earlier, just hopping around. You can even hip fire this one. He's picking up a ton of kills. He's loving this class setup. He switched it up from last time.
So one of the big things, I mean, before the show started, I walked around and talked to as many of the streamers as I possibly could, and I was just like, you know, you've had a tiny bit of time with the game. How you feeling about this? And almost every single one of them said, I'm really struggling not to slide everywhere. They've been so used to doing that.
Get used to it.
From MW19 all the way through to Warzone when, you know, we're on Caldera. It's not the same. It's not the same.
I can say that just from all the Warzone I've played, like, it's gonna take like my hand, just the muscle memory of it. Like I'm just so, I've been slide canceling now for years across the map. It's just gonna take a little getting used to, 100%. But I do think my hands are gonna be very happy though.
Ja, nee, aber ich glaube, heute kommt das nicht, Racer. Ich glaube, so ein Live-Gameplay von Streamern, die Warzone 2.0 spielen, wird es, glaube ich, nicht geben. Das zeigen sie, glaube ich, nicht. Die zeigen halt nur einen Trailer und MW-Multiplayer halt nur. Also ein Warzone 2.0 Beta, ob es sie geben wird, weiß ich nicht. Vielleicht kommt die auch in einem Monat oder so. Aber ich glaube, Blackout gab es damals, glaube ich, auch nicht als Beta. Bin mir aber nicht ganz sicher. Es kann sein, dass es sogar Blackout als Beta gab damals. Ich bin mir nicht sicher. Gab es Verdansk als Beta damals? Gab es das als Beta? Ich weiß es nicht.
Absolutely.
Isaac. Oh, quick swat again. That is his sidearm. That's his pistol. Again, the range on that bad boy isn't going to be all that crazy, but you know it's going to rip when it hits.
The sniper's just so satisfying when you get the kill. The sound, how deep it is. It's amazing.
It feels like there's no drag in the sniper. When you were using an ant, did you have to lead your shot at all, or was it a direct hit?
It felt like an invasion, like I had to lead my shot a little bit, but that could just be because I'm rusty.
Oh, that's fair.
And I was trying to shoot across the map. That's but you
Junge, was ist das gerade für eine Grafik hier? Was ist das gerade für eine Grafik? Die sieht total scheiße aus. War das gerade Mobile? Das war doch gerade kein PC-Grafik oder was? Wie sah gerade die Grafik aus, Bro? Aber die sah gerade wirklich schlecht aus.
Oh man, through the door with the pistol. A lot of windows on that map as well. A lot of glass above those door frames. I found on, you know, keeping the teasers at it, but like opening breaks and stuff. A lot of sweet nade spots already. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. A little peek.
Das ist das Menü.
As well, of course, while Isaac gets ready to get.
Das ist das Menü, maybe. Ja, ist das Menü. Display Quality. Oh, das Menü sieht aber auch nicht so geil aus. Also das Menü sieht jetzt auch nicht so geil aus.
Tell us how Tommy's doing.
Miles, that's right, I am right here with Zuma, Tommy Properado himself. So, I mean, you have now had your first taste of Modern Warfare 2 here at COD Next. What did you think?
Oh, it's incredible. The game feels super smooth. The gunplay
Nee, das war, glaube ich, gerade PC, glaube ich, Racer. Ich glaube, die spielen alle PC da. Das sind alles PC-Streamer da. Da spielt keiner Mobile oder PS4 oder PS5. Das ist alles PC, gesponsert. Oder Sponsoring.
But what really stands out to you? Like, what are you excited about?
I'm really excited just to get the competition going. I mean, I'm excited for the CDO, and I heard them talking about ranked play, so, you know, I'm really excited for that. And Warzone 2 looked incredible as well. I was talking to Repulse. We're going to be the Warzone duo this year, so I'll be bouncing around between the both. But I'm just excited for something new, you know, a new game. And it's been a lot of fun to play, and there's so many amazing creators here. And just thank you to everybody, and thank you to Call of Duty for the opportunity to be here. It's awesome.
And then,
ja, das
real
stimmt,
quick,
Grace,
with
das
Modern
stimmt.
Warfare 2 on the horizon, what does the year ahead look like for you?
Man, just a lot of shows, man. A lot of flanks, a lot of streams. I mean, the content's gonna be pushing all year. So excited, man. Zumafi's gonna take over, and we're gonna have some fun, man. We're gonna have some fun.
All right, well, thank you so much. That is all from me for now. I believe I'm handing it off to my dear friend Lottie.
Thank you so much, Jess, and it is so good to be here. My name is Lottie. First time on the desk, first time, of course, being in this incredible arena. I have a lot of wonderful folks on this desk, but it is now time to chat about an epic giveaway from our friends at Jack Links. Each Jack Links supply drop includes a brand new copy of Modern Warfare on the platform of your choice, delicious Jack Links limited edition products, and brand new epic in-game items that I promise you'll be dying to get your hands on. So check this out on how to enter.
Looking for an epic way to celebrate the launch of Modern Warfare 2? Jack Links has got you covered, giving you the chance to win the ultimate Modern Warfare 2 supply drop. Keep an eye out during the broadcast for the Jack Links Sasquatch to appear on screen. If you see it, grab your phone and scan the QR code, following the prompts to qualify for entry. Tune in to Call of Duty Next. Squad up with Sasquatch and level up for the ultimate viewing experience, courtesy of Jack Links. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, folks, so keep your eyes peeled to spot the Sasquatch on the screen throughout the show. Scan that QR code and enter all your information for a chance to win. But it is my absolute honor and pleasure to be on the desk, of course, alongside Maven. But we also have Jeff and Joe on here to talk all things Modern Warfare 2. Of course, our multiplayer design directors here. And we're just going to get a bit nerdy, to be honest. You know, we're going to look at a bit of gameplay. I am so excited to talk about it. But Maven, I've got to ask you, what do you want to dive into first? We have the two guys that are going to answer a question.
Well, first off, by the way, you guys killed it in the opening of the show.
Thank you.
You know, it started real smooth. I'm sure nerves were going a little bit, but it was awesome to see. But I know we're going to have gameplay that's going to be popping up. We're going to chat through stuff. But I think one thing I kind of want to chat through is just there's been a lot of significant changes. You guys are always looking to how to kind of tweak the wheel a little bit. Can we chat through kind of the perk change and where your head was at with regards to that? Because it's a big change. It's interesting.
Yeah, you know, perks haven't really been touched for a long time in the series. And I guess by nature they're passive. And so most of the time we've found people just, you know, find the three that they like, and that's it. They kind of forget about the
I said that earlier. That's me.
Yeah.
Like, I find a few I like, and like that's my class. There we go.
We just wanted to come up with a system that was a little bit more engaging. And so we grouped them into 3 different categories. You get 2 to start with, and then you pick a third, and then you pick a fourth, and they're rewarded as you play. You really like how they proc at the end.
Yeah. I mean, an announcer comes up, tells you what perk you got, and it kind of re-engages you with what's available, right? And they're earned through time and score, so eventually you'll get them, and you're not gonna. It doesn't reset on death. It allowed us to kind of like create a couple more powerful perks and put them at the end, because you're not going to have them the whole match. And there's some interesting depth there where you can say, okay, UAVs are really powerful early match. Like, there's different things you can do where you're kind of like, if you're one of those players who really wants to noodle, you're like, okay, I know these aren't in play yet.
Well, I guess, listen, it's very different, but I'm also a big like RPG guy, so I like the process of like unlocking things and earning things. It's just like at the core of who I am. So I dig that. Just like the progression over the course of one single map, I think is very cool.
Yeah, it just feels good. It feels good. It feels good to be reminded what you have.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Oh, and I guess we didn't touch on, actually, is the packages, right? From, like, we're talking a lot about the theory crafting of what you set up, but we actually have these defined packages, so early on...
Ich weiß nicht, Racer, ob es schon so viele Leaks gibt. Die haben ja vorhin ein paar Waffen gezeigt. Die werden aber safe noch nicht alles gezeigt haben, weil es noch eine Beta gibt. In der Beta wirst du auch nicht alles spielen können. Nur einen Teil davon. Weil die nach der Beta noch viele Veränderungen vornehmen werden. Safe Call. Also du wirst es jetzt noch nicht alles wissen. Es dauert ja noch ein bisschen, bis das Spiel rauskommt. Noch ein paar Wochen. Also ich glaube, du wirst noch keine eindeutigen Leaks zu finden. Das denke ich nicht.
Those perk packages are already in there, and it's something different in this game. We actually allow you to attach a field upgrade within that, within each loadout. And so it's a little bit more micromanagey, but it felt to us that you're kind of more creating your class and your character for, in that. So people in the beta should really try out those.
Aber glaube mir, sobald das Event zu Ende ist, wird es so viele Videos geben, wo alles erzählt wird. Viele, die sehr, sehr gut Englisch können und alles übersetzen werden, die wissen genau, um was kommt, was nicht kommt. Zum Beispiel die Perks haben sie zum Beispiel auch noch gar nicht angesprochen. Vielleicht kommt es auch noch alles irgendwann. Also einiges haben sie nämlich auch noch.
Most of our players are rushers.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Depends on the circles you run, but there are these other players, and we wanted to just make sure that we're supporting all of them. And so some of the field upgrades can be more sentinel and trying to hold down positions. But that's why we added in the DDoS, like we said, to kind of just say, I've had enough. I want to pause all this stuff and make it go away. But we also leaned into creating game modes that can facilitate this kind of siege gameplay.
Now we talk about the rushing players, right? But we also want to talk about the pacing, the movement, what it looks like, how it feels to be in game. And when I got a chance to get on the sticks yesterday, something I noticed is it is a little bit slower paced, right? We're going to be sprinting.
Also streamt doch einige Mobile gerade. Da war das vorhin die Mobile-Grafik, weil ich wollte gerade sagen, das sieht doch nicht aus wie eine PC-Grafik. Aber das ist nämlich vorhin Mobile-Grafik. Okay, alles klar. Dankeschön, Hakan.
Incredible with the movement and how it feels. What was it like making that? What were the decisions behind that pushing forward? Because the feel of the game is huge.
Yeah, I think fluidity, and I mentioned it previously, is like really, really important, right? But we did make some small tweaks, right? Like slide has a little bit more of a hang up so that people aren't just sliding around the map, so that they're actually moving through spaces, checking corners, and kind of like pacing themselves. But the general movement of guns should be almost exactly the same. And Jeff and I regularly check in. We're like, okay, how are we doing? Like, let's look at last game, let's look at this game. And we try and be consistent in that regard. But there have been these small tweaks, and the dive is one of those tweaks. The ledge hang is one of those tweaks. And those will change how people move through a space, right? You won't throw yourself over a wall, you'll peek that wall first.
Yeah, I love the ledge hangs because, just testing out yesterday, being able to kind of ledge hang and really use it as intel as well. I think when it comes to multiplayer and competitive side, that's kind of where I'm at here, is being able in S&D, just being able to know where people are, give that intel to your team, peek that back down again, making sure you're not getting your dome ripped off by a sniper, of course, major stuff here, but and exciting that the fact that you can get your secondary weapon out and start to put a bit of damage in and help out there. So in terms of ledge hang, where did that come from? What was the idea behind it? Why is it so special to have it in the game?
To be honest, it came out of face planting too many times, up and parachuting in, just missing that ledge, and you're like, nope, that's frustrating. Let's fix that.
Well, we've all been there. Like whether you've been playing Warzone, like you're trying to like hop and grab it, and you just like. It's like you want to hit the button to like activate the pull-up, but then you hit your shoot and you're like falling down. It can be so frustrating.
Yeah. So I mean, really, that's where it came from. But
yeah, it was also the high mantle too, right? Like late when we were developing Modern Warfare, and then Warzone started to come out. We had these walls and things. We ended up turning up the mantle height in Warzone.
Okay.
And it didn't feel as polished, but it allowed people to get over walls they otherwise couldn't. But like I said before, you kind of commit, and now you're like throw yourself over a wall and get shot as you make that transition. So the high mantle is definitely like get up, you can peek, or you can just double tap it and pull yourself over if you're in a hurry. It just adds that extra layer of like I can be a little bit smarter about how I move through.
Ja, wie gesagt, für so ein großes Spiel, Mobile-Grafik war jetzt nicht so schlecht, aber jetzt auch nicht so gut, muss ich sagen. Also ja. Ja, ich muss auch sagen, ich will jetzt auch gerade keinen Multiplayer mehr sehen. Bin ich auch der Meinung. Ich hätte gerne Warzone 2 gesehen, aber ich glaube, das kommt aber, glaube ich, nicht. Das streamen die, glaube ich, nicht. Weil das noch in der Entwicklung, glaube ich, ist. Weil das kommt auch erst Ende November erst raus. Das werden sie jetzt nicht zeigen. Definitiv nicht. Die werden jetzt nur Multiplayer zeigen noch. Und ein paar Minuten gucke ich noch, aber jetzt auch nicht mehr ewig. Weil ich nachher noch selber spielen will. Und ich noch duschen muss, noch was essen möchte. Ich will jetzt nicht hier bis um 23 Uhr das Spiel hier gucken. Ich glaube, das Wichtigste haben wir schon gesehen mit Warzone 2.0 und so. War für mich eigentlich das Wichtigste. Multiplayer und so interessiert mich zwar auch, aber jetzt nicht so übertrieben krass, dass ich mir das jetzt 3 Stunden angucken muss. Die Maps sind gefühlt alle gleich aus, habe ich irgendwie das Gefühl. Die Maps sehen irgendwie alle gleich aus. Oder die spielen vielleicht auch nur auf einer Map gerade, das kann auch sein. Ich glaube nicht, dass sie alle Maps spielen dürfen, das glaube ich nicht, weil sonst würden sie zu viel leaken. Ich spiele wahrscheinlich nur auf 2, 3 Maps nur.
Just going to check this one out and see exactly what went down here. And prison rescue is going to be a really exciting one, of course, because you have to get that objective done. You need to go rescue the prisoner, and carrying them out is going to be huge because that icon does disappear. You know, how did it work with this prisoner, being able to put them in the game, knowing that somebody's going to have to run this?
Nee, Racer, da findest du nichts. Da findest du nichts.
To be set up later on and have to completely and utterly change the game, go to that defensive mode. What was the kind of makings behind that?
So it was actually kind of a hard mode to make. And we went through all these different iterations, and we had these problems where we're like, hey, the modes around rescuing these prisoners, but people, they weren't able to, right? We're like, hey, do this heroic thing, and rounds just kept ending in elimination because it was so hard. And that's why we added the radar sweep that you get when you get the prisoner, and that's why we took the icon away when you pick the prisoner up. Because we were going through, and we tried with 1 prisoner, we tried with 2 right next to each other, we tried all these different iterations.
Aber jetzt ehrlich, das Multiplayer oder das Menü sieht jetzt aber nicht so geil aus, oder Chad? Was sagt ihr dazu? Ich fand das Menü jetzt nicht so geil. Also weiß ich nicht. Keine Ahnung.
We're seeing more hero moments. In that replay we saw, he actually, I think of that one, but while we were talking earlier, I saw him actually pick up the prisoner and take it all the way to extract and have that run, and that's what we wanted, that hero run.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about like how crazy it's gotten.
Was gibt es, Racer? Was gibt es?
I mean, I do great jobs, but like the fact that you have to think about like everything within this sandbox, like from we're trying to make it.
Ja, Mobile ist live, aber doch nicht Warzone 2.0, Brudi. Du verwechselst gerade Mobile mit Warzone 2.0. Mobile ist Verdansk Map, Bro. Das verwechselst du, glaube ich, gerade, Racer.
You're like, okay, how do we squeeze more blood from this stone?
Yeah, right.
And it's like, but then you start iterating and trying different things, and you do kind of like, all of a sudden it's ballooned, and you're like, oh no, we have to cut stuff. We have too much.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff, Joe, this is a pretty hard question, but just to kind of wrap things up here, you know, I think when you talk about Call of Duty, when you listen to feedback from players and different generations, they always talk about that nostalgic feeling that they get when they get on the game. What is it about Modern Warfare 2 this time around, this title in particular, do you think that is going to bring generations back, years to come, and say, look, Modern Warfare...
Ja, aber Racer, Warzone 2 ist nicht Mobile. Mobile ist Mobile. Mobile ist Verdansk Map. Und Warzone 2.0 ist die neue Map. Diese... Ich habe den Namen schon wieder vergessen gerade. Irgendwas Asa, keine Ahnung.
So for us, we can't really control that, but we try to lay out kind of, I don't know, for the lack of a better term, like you're kind of laying out a nice meal and you're hoping that everyone enjoys it. And from all the systemic play with all of our equipment and all these different interactive systems, we're just hoping that fans find new and crazy ways to play the game. I don't know. What about you?
You just want it to be fun. I mean, at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Because nostalgia, you gotta probably tune some of it out. Like some stuff, that's tough.
You don't know what's going to become nostalgic, right? You don't know. And I think one of our strengths is that I run into people all the time, and they're like, I'm an S&D player.
Yeah.
I'm a Warzone player. I'm a Plunder player.
Alles gut,
like,
Race, alles
you know,
gut.
like I love TDM. I just play that, and so it's interesting that we're fortunate to be able to make all these different offerings so that people can come into our game. They're like, I love big war, vehicular combat. I'm going to.
Weil ich kann mir nicht vorstellen, dass sie heute nach Warzone 2 noch ein Gameplay zeigen, weil die Beta jetzt gleich ansteht für alle PS4 und PS5 Spieler. Dann werden sie jetzt nicht noch Warzone 2.0 machen, weil vielleicht gibt es auch noch mal irgendwann eine Beta. Aber heute werden sie nur Multiplayer machen, nur Multiplayer, weil die Beta morgen losgeht.
For you guys to develop this game, to really get it to the point that it is now, where you are comfortable to show it to the world and reveal it. You know, what are some of the hardships been along the way in this ride?
Ja, ich sag ja, Mobile sieht nicht geil aus, die Grafik. Und gerade für Handys gibt es auch gute Grafiken eigentlich. Also, ich fand jetzt die Grafik von Warzone, also Verdansk Mobile ja nicht so gut.
I work out of a shed in my backyard. There's people in their mom's basement.
I bet it's a cool shed though.
Not really. But it's hot. You know, but the fact that we can get this done.
Weil ihr müsst das so sehen, jetzt stellt mal vor, die Streamer würden alle gleich Warzone 2.0 streamen. Da würden safe 90% das lieber gucken, als die Beta zu spielen. Und damit würden sie sich ja wieder ins eigene Tor schießen quasi.
Good and great. It's been tricky.
Yeah, I think it's a great segue to, like, we have a really talented team, and we're up here representing that team, whether it's the multiplayer team, the engineering team, the animation team, the art team, and they're all specialists in what they do. The fidelity on our view model animations, the guns, everything, the art and the maps, the design. Our geo designers, they make these 6v6 type maps, they make these huge ground war maps, and they put it all together into this massive big map, and everything needs to sync. And so, all we can do is thank them and do our best to represent them.
I'm kind of curious, were there any positives for me from a creative standpoint with the fact everyone was in the office and everyone was kind of away? I almost feel like maybe that would lead to some interesting ideas. When everyone's maybe not in a room and maybe one idea kind of takes precedent, everyone's just kind of isolated a little bit more. I just wonder if there was any creative advantages there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were worried that kind of productivity would go down by living at home, but we just found that everyone was so passionate about making this game that they could either play a game or their PCs sitting there and they could make the game better. And they were consistently working way too much, and we're like, hey, calm down, we're good. Let's get So I think that is a little bit of the fun part.
What I heard in some cases, productivity actually went up, which people didn't expect, and now people are downscaling offices. So I was kind of curious if you just had a lot of, I don't know, superstars kind of show up and pump out some really amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's tricky because we've just now been coming back in and getting kind of that kind of community in the office, and that has been a great way of kind of solidifying the game and getting people back in and feeling you don't get the big hoots and hollers when you're at home, right? So we get people in the office, we get them in the big pit, and we're all playing. And
Gold star.
Yeah, you get that feedback loop of I made good stuff, and someone's happy.
Yeah.
Look, drawing back the curtain a little bit, because when I think of how to handle a brand new game, a brand new title, bringing all these exciting factors to it, I'm thinking of bare bones, in your shed maybe, with a whiteboard, just writing things on, just brainstorming. What is that process like? Building the blocks, building the foundation behind this brand new game, putting those ideas down on paper. How does it work for your team?
Well, that's a big question.
One aspect we used was we tried to kind of break everything down as simply as possible, and that really is just like a one-on-one interaction.
Yeah.
If you imagine how many times a one-on-one interaction happens in multiplayer or in single player, and what does that look like? They could just shoot each other, but it's what is in your loadout, what's in my loadout. It's almost like it's like a card game where I use my flash and you use your smoke, and
right.
And so we really worked on how many permutations and how that can play out, and so we figured if we can get that to come and play out in a lot of different ways, we can make a really deeply replayable game, which should, make everyone at the end of the day.
Nah, it seems like everyone's having a blast so far. This in general, it's got to be pretty special to see just this many content creators here, gas up, enjoying the game.
It's been absolutely incredible. Honestly, Jeff, Joe, thank you so much for being here, giving us all the insights, letting us nerd out a little bit, ask all the questions that we're dying to know. But I tell you what, it is about time right now to head on over to the main stage to talk a little bit more about COD Mobile. We've got Beef Mummy and Matt Lewis over there. Let's take it over to them and see what they have in store.
All right. Thank you so much, Lottie, and welcome back to the Command Center presented by Xfinity Rewards. And it's time to finally drop into some epic Warzone mobile gameplay. And joining me here, none other than Matt Lewis. I've been so excited to bring you into this stage. He is the Vice President of Product Management for mobile.
Thank you so much. I am super excited to be here today. We just have some awesome gameplay. We have some cool new surprises for you. So I'm just really looking forward to sharing this moment with you and with just the entire Call of Duty community.
I'm so excited. I'm just ready to get into action. And obviously things are just heating up over here. And it really is impressive what you've been able to pull off here. And watching someone play, it looks great. It feels great. It's as if it's running off a console, to be honest.
It's true.
How did you guys make this from the ground up?
Yeah, it's a great question. So one of our game pillars was what we call relentlessly Warzone. I like to think of it this way. There are a set of emotions and an overall gameplay quality, something that's felt when you play Warzone. And for us, you know, that's something, it's a product of these proprietary combat and movement systems, the Verdansk map, tons of vehicles, and some unique Warzone mechanics, things like the gulag and in-game loadout drop. So you put all these together in a pot, mix them around, put some magic powder in there,
Oh,
and
die Grafik!
boom, Warzone. So games, they can try to match
Junge, diese Grafik, what the fuck? Was ist das? Sieht aus wie Minecraft, bro.
trying this and that, but they're just not able to quite get there. So for us, being on the same technology, it means we don't have to tinker nearly as much. It's just an incredible advantage for us.
So how was the team able to do it and just really pull off everything that you've had here so far?
With tons of coffee.
No wonder why we don't have any more coffee here backstage.
Yeah, exactly. That's the truth. All the coffee in the world is how we were able to do it. No, you know, one of the things that I just love about this project, it's a really great mix of talent and experience. And for us, that concoction was what allowed us to have this kind of great end product. So for us, you know, there are 4 major studios who are working on Warzone Mobile. Activision Shanghai, Beenox, Digital Legends, and Solid State Studios. So our philosophy, it's been to mix together really amazing Call of Duty console and PC developers with some of the best mobile developers in the business. Because that's what we want, you know, an authentic, adrenaline-pumping Warzone, but something that is ultimately in this made-for-mobile, amazing, super polished mobile experience.
It's been so much fun watching all of these streamers today.
Also muss ich auch sagen, die Grafik, also was sie da gemacht haben, das ist eigentlich schon peinlich, oder? Also wenn ich jetzt der Typ sein würde, der das Mobile vorstellt, geil, Verdansk ist richtig geil, ja, safe ist es geil, alte Erinnerung von damals, aber die Grafik ist ja bodenlos, Mann. Also hätte man die nicht besser machen können auf dem Handy. Junge, es gibt so viele geile Handys, die gute Auflösung haben. Die ganzen guten Handys mittlerweile, die haben doch eine Top-Auflösung. Warum weckt man da so einen Schmutz? Oh mein Gott, Mann.
To start to pre-register, if you're on other platforms, please keep an eye out on all the social channels. We have the social channels live now, so follow, comment, all that kind of good stuff. And we're coming soon on the Apple App Store for pre-order. We have some incredible rewards. I'm going to talk about those maybe in a few minutes, but maybe for now, kick it over, check out some gameplay.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to go and pre-register for myself. I'm just so excited. But that brings an end to our coverage of Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And honestly, it's been such an amazing, great time here. But obviously, before we do end all of these, we're gonna try to see what kind of fun all these streamers are bringing it up over here, because we are taking up on the screen right now. I mean, this ends with us just trying to introduce the game, but obviously every one of us, we want to see the gameplay. We want to see everything that's happening here, and obviously I am with the best person to talk about everything that is happening here on your screen right now.
Oh man. So when I'm looking at this gameplay right now, for me, one of the things I love about Warzone is that vehicle play. The vehicle play, the movement, and the combat systems all tied together. I'm a thumb player. I can't do the claw myself, so when I see other thumb players, in particular on the vehicles, it's a soft spot for me. I just feel great.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the players right now, even if you're not on mobile, you just see this map and you go back way back 2020, and you're just seeing this map Verdansk. It's just you're basically having a little bit of a throwback from when you used to play this map, and you get to play it here on mobile. And so I feel like it's just so exciting to finally see this map back into life. And really, we're just ready to play. I know, yes, we're in alpha right now, but I played the game yesterday. It feels amazing.
100%. I think you nailed it. I think the team is really happy with where we are. If we think of the development process, we typically think about 4 stages, and we're in the 2nd stage right now where we're live to some amount of people in our alpha, and we're going to be entering a beta shortly. So for people who are interested in getting their hands on the game, the best way to do that, to pre-register now, follow all of the channels on social. There'll be some great updates there. And we just have loads of improvements, loads of surprises too. We just have some super cool stuff coming in. New features, maybe some new gameplay. Gunsmith is looking absolutely incredible. I think players who are familiar with it, they're just not going to believe what we have coming out with soon.
And as you can see over here, we definitely have streamers that you're very aware of already, just logging in, checking out Warzone Mobile. And it looks and feels amazing. As you can see on your top left screen, we were talking about this beforehand, right? One of the POIs that we really love to talk about is Boneyard, because for me, in my experience in Boneyard, it's great. It has so many chests. You definitely can get a lot of money, but the moment that you drop in, you already know there's a bounty on your head, most likely.
Me too. Boneyard for me is my favorite. I'm a player. I like to equip 2 things. I always like 2 primaries for myself. A shotgun is a must, and I like my shotgun and my sniper. People make fun of me for it, but that's what I love. Boneyard allows me to do both those things. I tend to like to hide out myself in some of those little airplane shells, wait for unsuspecting people to come in, and you know, sometimes I'm lucky and sometimes I'm not. But that's me, Boneyard all the way. The fun thing for me too, we've been noticing some people have been noticing, Bobby talked about this a little bit earlier, is, you know, being able to go back into some of those points of interest that you like, in particular ones that were former MP maps and previous Call of Duties. It's just one of the things that makes Warzone.
Oh, mein Mac war gerade aus, sorry. Ich hab gerade gesagt, die zocken sogar an ihren Daumen mit so einem komischen Grip, dass sie besser das Handy bedienen können. What the fuck?
I'm going on a shopping spree, grocery shopping, all the weapons that you need on the ground, they're over there. You know, but the thing is, it's in the center of everything. You're in the middle of everything, so if you want to go...
Ja, ich hatte eben geredet, aber mein Mikrofon war aus. War nicht rot, sorry.
People up top, airport is right there, Boneyard is right there as well. So I feel like for me, like since we're seeing Boneyard right now, it's kind of like a safe little spot because it's right off to the side, but you still get really good loot as well.
Totally, well said. And for me, one of the things
Ja, Junge, Boneyard waren früher die meisten Kisten immer drin in den Turbinen. Ist doch klar, dass da die meisten Kisten früher waren. Junge, die denkt auch, dass sie das Neues erzählt hier.
things like Superstore. You have some long distance sniper areas. Some people I know like to go on top of dam and try to pick off some enemies. And then you have things that are great for AR, you know, that mix of ranges. So it really is kind of like, you know, choose your own adventure. How do you want to have that kind of gameplay?
Well, talking about the gameplay that we have right now, we definitely want to have...
Also ich finde, wenn sie schon Mobile zeigen, dann sollten sie mir bitte auch das alte Stadium zeigen. Das ist für meinen Main-Spot, da bin ich immer gelandet, immer.
I see these guys enjoy the game, because we've been talking about this for such a long time, and I really asked Bobby, are you going to be here in this event? I saw your invite. I wanted one as well, but obviously I sneaked into the COD Next event and was finally here, finally able to you know, see the alpha. But hey, since we're here, taking a look at what's going to happen here on the right side of your screen. You're taking a look at the map, and it's like, it's exactly what we saw in Warzone.
Totally, and it's getting to one of those end crunch periods. This is my favorite. The circle started to close, not yet final circle, but it's definitely that time. You got to be a little bit strategic and smart about your choices. There is a penalty if you get a little bit too aggressive.
And now speaking of being aggressive, it's like we were talking about it. It's really a matter of where you drop, because obviously the tier 5 loot zones, the tier 4 loot zones, you'll always have that risk, but obviously the reward is a little bit more high. I mean, especially if you're going to be dropping at the very ends of the map, at the very end sections of it, where, yes, you might not have better loot, but you might have a better time not really looking for those kills. But the best thing here...
Guck mal, wie die Waffe aussieht. Das ist ein großer schwarzer Klotz, Mann. Wieso kriegen sie das nicht detailgetreu hin? Hä? Ja, was ist das? Die Grafik ist bodenlos.
Me too, and looking at the mini-map here, there were just quite a few red dots around. Something tells me we're going to see the Gulag pretty soon.
And now we're talking about the weapons that they have over here. Obviously, it's something that we've seen already. The Fennec, I feel like it's going to be a really good gun. And speaking of, there you go, gets one. So that's a really good start, Rip. So hard up. We can see Bobby Blaze. I mean, it's just like Bobby Plays has been such a tremendous name here in the mobile scene, and now he needs to get out because.
Also Pascal, ich bitte dich. Ich bin jetzt ja auch nicht ganz blöd. Ich habe ja auch schon mal viele Handyspiele gesehen, ne? Und Warzone oder Activision ist so ein großer Laden. Der hat so viel Geld. Die stellen hier gerade ein Spiel vor, Mobile, wo die denken, erstens, der Dank ist komplett neu erfunden worden. Die Grafik sieht aus wie PlayStation 1, Alter. Junge, jedes Handy hat eine bessere Grafik wie dieses Spiel hier. Was ist das, Bro? Also, es ist absolut peinlich. Also ich würde das nicht mehr vorstellen, hier, ganz ehrlich.
Also curious to hear how this interaction here ends. I want to go back to one thing you were saying earlier with the loadouts. One of the things for me that I just absolutely love about Warzone is being able to have this little.
Ich sag dir, Pokémon hat eine bessere Grafik wie dieses Spiel hier.
As a result. Sometimes I want to get my own loadout. Sometimes no, I'm all about buying a new score streak, leveling up, helping my squad that way. There's a really nice element of strategy.
Ja, ich sag ja, es gibt Spiele, die kosten 99 Cent und die haben eine bessere Grafik wie dieses Spiel hier, Mann. Das ist Call of Duty, ist das.
In mobile, there's really nothing quite like it, so just can't wait for players to get their hands on that.
Oh, most definitely, because I had my hands on it yesterday. I'm not very good at it, and that's why I'm being a shoutcaster. I'm just kidding. But really just playing the game and playing Warzone in general, it feels as if you're playing the same thing on console and PC. And so that's such a huge deal, especially since you're putting.
Was meinst du, du weißt wieso? Wisst ihr noch, Warzone waren 120 GB alleine oder so? Ja. Aber Mobile, ich hab's ja muss jetzt lügen, ich glaube vor 3-4 Monaten auch mal ausprobiert zu spielen. Also die Grafik war damals aber auch schon bodenlos. Das war auch richtige schlechte Grafik. So eine richtige Comic-Grafik. Also Mobile kann es wirklich in der Tonne glauben.
We could do an exact port, something that felt exactly the same, had, you know, same experience.
Ja, du wirst recht haben, Hakan, wegen Texturen und so, weil das halt viel in Anspruch nimmt. Das kann ein Punkt sein. Deswegen ist wahrscheinlich die Grafik so beschissen, weil das Spiel zu groß ist und die Grafik muss scheiße sein, damit du das Spiel überhaupt spielen kannst auf dem Handy. Sonst passt das auf dem Handy nicht rauf. Das kann natürlich sein, ja. Gutes Argument.
In the world, we want to make sure that we're rendering that properly on mobile. We just think there's nothing better. At the same time, for mobile players, there's certain customizations that are really important. Sometimes on the event side, or what we call internally the live ops side, but also just on the controls. So we want to make sure we're taking those best of both worlds and adding them together into an experience that just feels like nothing else on mobile. We think we're on the right track.
Yeah, well, speaking on the right track, Noah from YouTube getting these kills already, and it's our first time seeing him right now. So, again, where he's at, it's going to be a prime spot because it's not going to be too crowded, as you can see here, but you can also get really good loot. So that is definitely one thing that you want to have. And now for him exploiting all of these, I can see the movement is very much like Warzone. I feel like for me, that was one of the bigger questions. It's like, what's the movement going to be like? And you can see here,
so, Chat, aber ich muss jetzt auch gleich erstmal offline gehen. Nicht, weil ich muss, weil ich will. Ich will mir jetzt die ganze Zeit dieses Mobile-Kram hier angucken. Weil Warzone 2.0 wird es eh nicht geben. Da sage ich es euch zu 100%, es wird kein Gameplay geben von Warzone 2.0. Multiplayer haben wir alles gesehen. Das Wichtigste haben wir, glaube ich, auch jetzt alles ein bisschen gesehen, wie das Spiel wirkt und so. Ja, man muss es vielleicht selber gespielt haben. Den Multiplayer. Ich gucke mal, ob ich den nachher noch streamen werde um 0 Uhr. Falls die Beta gehen sollte. Sonst denke ich mal erst morgen. Im Laufe des Tages. Morgen Abend muss ich zum Fußball. Morgen Abend bin ich nicht, dann erst wieder Samstag. Ja, ich glaube, ich will jetzt gleich erstmal offline gehen, duschen. Ich bin von der Arbeit nach Hause gekommen und habe dann sofort gestreamt. Oder fast sofort gestreamt. Deswegen seid mir nicht böse. Wenn ihr noch den Stream weiter gucken wollt, guckt woanders. Da gibt es mehrere Streams, die das noch übertragen. Oder geht auf den Call of Duty Kanal, Twitch oder YouTube. Und verfolgt es weiter. Vielen Dank fürs Zugucken, Chat. Dankeschön, dass ihr am Start wart. Danke für den Support. Mega nice, der Stream. War das auch fast, glaube ich, 2 Stunden oder so. 2,5 Stunden oder so. Vielen Dank, dass ihr zugeguckt habt. Kleinen Moment mal eben.
Having a good time. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. How you been? I've been great. Good. I'm having such a good time so far, man.
Wer ist er?
Well, I love to see you. Now, first things first, we've all been at home for a long time, and now we get to come out to come do an event like this. You get to see all your buds, play Call of Duty with all of them. How does it feel being at this event right now?
Ja, wie gesagt, Chat, ich gehe jetzt offline. Ich werde den Stream noch ein bisschen laufen lassen auf mein Handy, aber nicht mehr übertragen jetzt. Haut rein, macht's gut. Bis immer bald, vielleicht bis heute Abend. Ich wünsche euch alles Gute. Man hört sich. Bis bald, Chat. Macht's gut. Ciao, ciao.
Well, since you got to play the game with a bunch of people so far, what's your favorite thing?
Ooh, my favorite thing, an individual thing. I think